Facebook starts doing that because literally it is the glitching and then it's messing up everything. Um, so maybe I need to turn them off and restart them again because I hate how it actually finish. I hate how it actually records because when it records it starts glitching. So I'm gonna just turn them off, reset them all the damn way. Let them have a break in a moment and then we'll bring them right back. How's everyone doing? Thank you guys for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody's morning? Rich rising, grand rising, however you want to say it, wealthy rising. There's many ways to do a thing, say a thing, use a thing. How's everyone doing? So I didn't realize that yesterday, there was a lot of stuff happening. The message that I have right now is that there's power in a name. We'll see how this is about to work out because it potentially could turn into a story. You know, once upon a time long ago. Or the things that we, tell ourselves or the things that they're telling us or however it's going to go. But I'm going to just start this off and preference it for entertainment purposes only. Why? Because, I'm a scribe, a script writer, a book writer, a storyteller, if you have or if you will. Mind you, some of the shit I'll be saying be true as all get out, right? But at this moment, we have to preference it for entertainment purposes only because, it's a little bit of truth or a lot of truth in mysterious acts happening, okay? So all I know is tap that screen, share the live. Thank you for being here. I love y'all for tapping the screen, sharing the live, liking, giving me a like, sharing, a follow, letting other people know that I exist in the world, that I showed up for work today. Even if people think it's not, I technically work here, apparently. And so we're going to go ahead and get it going again. So what I had put on a title over here was Rich Rising. And so maybe they didn't like that because, I don't know. Either way, I'm going to put it again. So it's going to be the same damn title. But this is on my Facebook. So I'm going to put Rich, R-I-C-H, Rising. And then it was a little sunshine because, the start of a day. Or the sun, the Father, the Son, and whatever else you want to go with. All right, so anyway, we're gonna put that there, and then we're gonna go live once again, one more again, see what happens. Because a minute ago it was buffering, and I don't like that shit. Because then once you replay it back, and I try to clip it, I don't like how it be buffering. All right. So anyway, everybody welcome, come on in, and I know y'all just know I'm giving y'all small conversation until y'all get in, because if I don't say something, then the TikTok will start acting as if I didn't show up and I'm not here, and then they'll start trying to, do stuff that I don't like. And so please tap the screen and share the live. And then I'm going to go over here because we're going to go to morning prayer. And mind you, how did I sat down here yesterday and because I had just started, but anyway, we have to be mindful about the prayer because, when you start losing a prayer changes things. Hey, Tony, hi, welcome, thank you for being here. Prayer changes things, and when they start, getting you not to say the prayer, then, stuff is happening and things are amok. They trying to insert, whatever. Anyway, so morning prayer. Dear God, thank you for waking me up today. Thank you for another chance to grow, to move, and to get it right. Guide my steps and order my day. Protect my mind and my energy and my peace. Please and thank you. Remove anything that is not meant for me. Send it back to the pits of hell in which it came from. And align me with what is. Open doors that are meant to be open and shut the ones that are meant to be closed. Give me clarity where I feel confused. Strength where I feel weak, and patience where I feel rushed. Let everything I touch today be blessed. Let every door that's meant for me open with ease, and give me the courage to walk away from anything that does not serve me. I trust you. I move with purpose, and I receive what's already meant for me. In your holy name I pray. Amen. All right, so we're going to go over here because we have to find Psalms where, wherever it went, because things are being moved around here. And normally it's the whole order to things, but as of today, there's no order. And I'm probably going to tell y'all a story. And so that's why I said entertainment purposes only, because I don't want them to think that I'm just over here giving y'all false information. So I'm gonna tell y'all something about me, but it's gonna be a story. It's gonna be a magical story, okay? So there's that. Ariano, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. All right, so I want to go to Psalms 91 because that is the one that we've been using. We're gonna make sure we keep that in our hearts and our minds and our spirits. We're gonna go to the Bible Gateway and we're gonna use that. Anyway, so yesterday. Matter of fact, I'm not going to tell y'all nothing about nothing that happened yesterday. Maybe. But I'm going to just try to keep it away from things that are going to trigger the system in a bad way, because we need things to be great. Hi, Frank. Welcome. Thank you for being here. All right, so we got Psalms 91. This may trigger itself. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely he will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rapport. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say, the Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you. No disaster will come near your tent. For he will command his angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Amen. Now, the thing about this is that the Al-Fatiha was supposed to come first because it's the opener. It's the beginning. Like how we said, Rich Rising, Bismillah, however you start, however you enter into a room, right? But it talks about grace and mercy, because if I was to enter into the great hall in the great kingdom of anywhere, right? Your father's home, your family home, your residence, because I said there's power in a name, so we already talk about a name. Mind you, how many names have you had and how much spirit is rushing in? And it don't matter how something gets done, but it does, because there's order to something. So we're going to go to the Al-Fatiha, and we're also going to say that, but this is the thing. It's also talking about inheritance, your earthly inheritance, your otherworldly inheritance, your spiritual inheritance. All right, so take it how it resonates. Again, I'm gonna say entertainment purposes only, because I'm going to tell y'all a story, right? And so we're talking about your inheritance and your name. So depending upon how many times we have circled or incarnated upon this earth, each time you may have come in and established a different name, a different person, a different energy, a different persona, right? And so I said to the universe not so long ago, because to the universe, it's like a blink of an eye. So it could have been, at the beginning of my entrance into this world, I may have said, listen here, I don't really like coming over here too many more times because, maybe I done learned all the lessons, or maybe I am just getting sick and tired of being sick and tired of seeing the evil, do all the things that they're doing, and, good people getting hurt or harmed or endangered, right? And again, we start with the Al-Fatiha. So there was order to a thing. But mind you, it got all disrupted and out of order. take it how it resonates, because everything that I'm telling you is a part of the message. So take it how it resonates. And if it don't resonate, I'm not offended. That means you just don't belong here, and it's going to be okay. So you can go on and get, okay? In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful. All praises for Allah, Lord of all worlds, the most compassionate, most merciful, master of the day of judgment. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. Guide us along the straight path, the path of those you have blessed, not those you are displeased with or who are astray. Now, somebody may hear this and they will say, she said Allah, right? Mind you, no, never mind. Guide us along the straight path, the path of those you have blessed, not those you are displeased with or those who are astray, right? Again, there was order because this is the opening. This is how it began. So it's like the beginning of a show or the beginning of a movie, right? So when the movie starts and they said all the world is a stage. And so you have to figure out what part you're playing. How do you want to act? Okay, so how do you want to act along your journey or along your pathway here, right? All right, so we did the opener. We did the Psalms. We even did the prayer, but it could have been in disalignment or out of alignment. So today I'm just going to tell y'all something. And again, I really don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it because prayer is key. Prayer is important. As a man thinketh, so is he. So it's also keeping your mind stayed on a thing. It could be the same as meditation. So take it how it resonates. Anyway, the Christian folks, not to get into anything about, who's who and what's what, because as long as we keep pointing our finger at people, because I just did a Christian prayer and I did Quran, right? So I gave everybody stuff. Anyway, so as long as we're arguing amongst each other, we're not, thinking or listening or cooperating with each other. Anyway, long story short, there is a prayer meeting for today for the Christians all across the world, right? And they're so excited because they're saying, just imagine if we all pray at the same time. Boy, we can change things, right? Mind you, the Quran and the people who practice Islam, Muslims, and whoever people alike, take it how it resonates, already do that 5 times a day. So there's already people actively praying, millions of people all over the world. Now, just imagine if it didn't matter about what religion you practice. Just imagine if everybody collectively got together and said, we already know that when we came into this realm, into this world, into this planet, that we all worship the same God. The same one. Only one, right? And the one that we all worship, the one that we all pray to, the one that we wish to change things, what if we actively all got together and not try to make it for one person or one, group of people, and we just decided that prayer was the thing that was going to change everything, and we collectively did it. And so it didn't have to be this person's prayer or this person's prayer. It was all across the world, because we know we want to break some chains and we want to bind whoever those people are, because at this point, the up is down and the down is up. We just want to bind whatever the wickedness is, that's coming into the world, right? And again, remember, I'm writing a book, so I'm telling y'all a story. So for entertainment purposes only. All right. So there's power in a name. And what is the name? I'm going to tell you this. So I said I was going to tell y'all a story about me. So I came into this realm. I'm not going to tell y'all how many times, but I'm going to just say 32 for, instance. So if I came into this realm 32 times, right? Let me go to the dashboard because I need to see what the full title was, right? If I came into this realm 32 times, and each time I had a different name, that would mean that every spirit of me, where am I? Where's that? Come on, hurry up. Every spirit of me, because I said I'm not going to do this anymore, is now trying to rush in because I need to be whole. I need to be complete, right? And also I need to know all the information. And so Yesterday, for all intents purposes, you know how we talk about being connected, to Mother Earth, to Gaia, which is, this planet being alive and everything else. Where are y'all at and why y'all not showing up? Where y'all at and why y'all not showing up? And this is a real thing, because this is how some of the stuff is happening. Where are y'all at and why are y'all not showing up? Because literally y'all are not showing up. It is like something trying to erase y'all and something trying to make you invisible. But this is how the world is actually going. So remember, and then all of a sudden you showed up. You're not late, you're on time. Because this is when you showed up, but actively somebody has been trying to, or something has been trying to erase your existence here, right? All right, so mind you, as the title got placed, apparently it got placed wrong. It says there's power in a name, but what is CB yours, right? But remember, I'm telling you a story along the way, so don't think that it's rambling, because it is, but it's not. What is your name? So if I came into this realm 32 times, 32 times I would have had a name, something different. So in this realm, in this lifetime, my name is Tylishia, right? If you go look up what your name means, what does your name mean? All right. So whatever my name means, I'm gonna go look it up for you. I'm gonna pull it up here, and then we're gonna see. So there's power in a name. Name carries identity, intention, and energy, right? Remember that. So there's power in a name, which was here, that goes here, because I'm also correcting something as I'm doing this, so y'all bear with me, because we got to make sure that this is right this time, because every time, the 32 times that we came into this realm, they were able to push the reset button, entertainment purposes only, and put you back to sleep, right? Mind you, because it benefited them for you to stay asleep, because if somebody got to work around here, right? And if it's like Rumpelstiltskin. So I don't know if y'all know the story of Rumpelstiltskin or not, but it was like a trickster energy. And remember, we talked about trickster energies yesterday. So there's power in the name. When you say, and it sounds like you're asking, what does my name mean? What does it carry? Okay, so my name is Tylishia. Tylishia. Period. Okay. So I'm gonna see what it says that it means. For some reason it pulled them all energetically, but last time I checked what it actually really means, because there's only one other person. My mom said she got my name from an Oriental girl that she used to know, so that's what I was told. What is yours is what I was asking. What is yours? There's power in the name. What is your power? What is, because we're correcting the title, because again, we have to make sure that this is right. Name carries identity, intention, and energy. So we're going to put that there. Make sure that y'all know. So if y'all want to right now, Google your name. And you don't have to tell me, because I don't need to know. There's power in a name. Names carry energy, intention, identity, intention, and energy. What is your name? All right, so Google your name. And after you find out, make sure you have a pen and a piece of paper, because you need to go write it down. Please and thank you. So we're going to, break some chains here, or reduce some spells or something that they have been trying to put on you. And trickster energy, okay? Because we ain't got time for that. We need to go on ahead and get this thing together, and as fast as we can, all right? All right, so everything has been programmed the way it needs to be programmed. Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Zuru, hi, welcome. All right, so what it did was, I'm going to go to Google, too, because I need Google. See you later, RJ. You have a wonderful day. You look very handsome. She did, but see if she want to go again, because she might go again. It be cold outside, so she ain't really been wanting to go. All right, so what does Tylishia mean? And my name is spelled IA, so just so y'all know, all right? So we going to put what it means, and I'm going to tell y'all, because, we ain't scared of no ghosts. All right, so Google is saying, All right, so something came over top of the screen. I clicked on that before I clicked on the right thing. Tylishia origin, it says under submitted origins, it says American Aboriginal. All right, and so a user from Australia says that the name Tylishia means special. Actually, it's supposed to mean beautiful. I looked it up before, but special. All right, I'll take special. Um, let's see. Let's go over here and let's see what else does it have. How unique is the name Tylishia? Out of 6,500 and 4,000, no, 6,500 for 161 records in the U.S. Security Administration public data, the first name Tylishia was not present. It is possible that your name, the name you're searching for, has less than 5 occurrences per year, because most of the people that even have the name that is connected or that would look like me, it has A and not IA. All right. So that could be also the reason. We're going to go over here because I don't know why it clicked on that. But anyway, don't you go in there. All right, so it says the meaning of names. We're going to go to the meaning of names. And again, y'all, look up your own name. Okay, so there's that. All right. So Google don't want to tell me really too much. So we're going to go back to where we were. And then it broke my name down into letters. It says spiritual affirmation, meaning T, thriving, Y, yielding to purpose, L, limitless, I, intuitive, S, strong, H, highly favored, because purely God don't play about me, and period. I, independent, A, aligned. So Tylishia, a thriving, intuitive, aligned woman who is highly favored and limitless, period. I'll take it, right? Look up the etymology, because I already did this before and I wanted to give me what it said. Look up the etymology, that name, and then we're gonna see. All right, so it's also talking about plans being shifted. So just so you know, you come into this realm and, it could be documented that you had this journey, this pathway, this is what you were supposed to learn, and did you? All right, so your name is a modern American coinage. It doesn't come from a single ancient language. It was created by blending parts of other names, is what they're saying. All right, so we got Ty, likely pulled from names like Tyler, Tyra, Tyrone. These are English-based and modern American names. Carries a strong, sharp sound, often associated with leadership or individuality. Sounds like me. This part is more about sound and identity than fixed meaning. Mind you, because there's power in a name, whatever your name is should also tell you something about you. Like, it should be saying something that sounds familiar to you. If it doesn't, we have to, figure out why. All right, so Lishia or Lisha, Lisha is what most people have, but Lishia, Lishia. That's how my mom spelled mine. So this is where the deeper roots come in. So related to names like Alicia, Aisha, Elisha, those track back to Hebrew. Elisha, Elijah, God is salvation. In some interpretations, it could also be connected to Arabic, Aisha, alive and thriving. So this part carries spiritual, life-centering meanings. So it's no figure that I would be in this line of, work and things of that nature. So this part carries spiritual, life-centering meaning. Put them together, true etymology sense, because your name is blended, the meaning isn't fixed like older names. But based on its roots, it can be interpreted as a unique modern name combining strength, Ty, with life, divinity, or salvation. Lishia, right? Cultural origin. Emerged in the United States late 20th century, especially within African American naming traditions. Part of a movement where names created, not inherited, designed to be distinct, impressive, or original. But mind you, we just seen through the Social Security Administration that it says my name don't come up, it don't exist into, you know, too many people, the way that it is. Your name doesn't have just one boxed definition because it wasn't meant to. It was built to be original. So I was built to be original. Period. It's like my fingerprint. So unlike names that come with a fixed meaning, your name gives you the authority to define it. I love that for me, right? So if we translate your etymology into a meaning based on its roots plus structure, Tylishia, a unique, powerful identity rooted in life, purpose, and divine alignment. I love that for me. All right, so we're going to go and we're going to put this over here to a different place because, again, I told y'all, like, you know, second opinions and things. Again, I can define it because it's my name. And so here we are. One thing about this universe and this world, it works on, you know, frequencies. And again, remember I said I'm going to tell y'all a story. I'm writing a book. So entertainment purposes only because I have to say that because, you know, it starts getting a little shaky around here if we don't act like we gonna say that. So I'm gonna put in Google, and then I'm going to go to Google and put it in there. So if you haven't put your name in yet and you haven't looked up your name, do so, because this could either be a blessing or a curse. All right, just so you know. And mind you, if it is a curse, you want to figure out what that is, and that could be the reason why you could be going through many different things or nothing at all, right? Because it's like the prayer of Jabez. His mother named him Jabez because she bore him in pain. Jabez is only spoken of one time in the Bible. Oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, that your hand will be with me and that you would keep me from evil so I may not cause pain. God granted him what he wanted. He didn't want to cause pain, but his mom called him that. His mom cursed him at his birth, but God blessed him. And then I guess he got up on out of there because you only hear about him one time, right? Meaning of this name. All right, so mind y'all, just so y'all know, I don't know what this is, but literally it's been on me for a couple days now, and I should have already said it, but I just didn't because I was just trying to figure out what the hell I was supposed to be being told from here. Okay, so now here we are. I put it in Google, and Google says the name Tylishia, often pronounced Tylishia or Tylishia, in a modern American coin name that emerged prominently in the late 20th century, same as the other one says, so that sounds about correct. It is often used within African American communities, and I told y'all my mom said she got it from an Asian chick, reflecting a trend of blending traditional phonics roots and create a unique and empowered identity. While often interpreted as a combination of reflecting individual expressions, its roots are typically connected to Tyliyah. Tyliyah is Hebrew and Aramaic, meaning dew from God, divine favor, or blooming. Aisha, Arabic, meaning alive and well. I'm alive and well. Abracadabra. I pray to stay that way, okay? The suffix Isha or Esha, commonly added to the names in the 1960s or 70s, emphasizes cultural identity, strength, and femininity. Meaning interpretation, unique, powerful identity. The name is recognized as modern invention, neologism, neologism, that celebrates personal creativity, individuality, and strength rather than relying on historical figures. Rooted in life and purpose. Again, I love that for me because definitely, right? Through its connection to Aisha roots, it signifies being alive and well, often interpreted as bringing joy and vitality. Because I keep trying to tell everybody that I'm a real live living muse, right? But mind you, remember, I told y'all I've been to this earth 32 times. All right? So reincarnation. Branzimo Tats, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Divine alignment. By associating with Tylishia, root due of God, or due from God, or Tylishia, due from heaven, sent from heaven, period. The name implies a blessing, representing a gentle divine influence on life. I was born active already. Came into this realm very aware, okay? In blood. In blood, right? Because for those of you that don't know, apparently during the time when I was born, there was something that was happening with the women. I don't know how many women, but my particular birth being, I came into this realm with a period. Already bleeding. And so my mom says she thinks it's from, she thought that it could have been from, she don't know. So we're not going to say, but it could have been from something that they gave her. But when I was born, my diapers, I was bleeding. Okay? From my area. So already active, already turned on, already, glowing and light. Mind you, my mom wanted to make sure that she had me. So this is a story that I have been told. She told my dad that he was going to give her a baby, and he had one shot at it. She literally tells me this story so often, to the tune of, I just heard about it within this month. She's very proud of me, her daughter, her one and only daughter that came into this realm. So I wasn't a baby that was a oopsie or none of the above. My mother says she told my dad, you got one shot at it, and she said that nigga hit the aim. Period, point blank. She had that nigga on the phone when she was telling me. Okay? She's very proud of when this happened. Mind you, also, as I was growing up and as I was born, I got put in nothing but white. This is what my mom tells me. She used to always dress me in pretty white because I was just the most beautiful baby that they've ever seen. Mind you, already glowing. Okay? So, wasn't a mistake, wasn't an oopsie, everything was aligned the way it should have been, because the nigga only had one shot at it. She said it. Alright? And he said it. Anyway, long story short, divine alignment. By associating with Tylishia, root due from God, or Tylishia, IA, due from heaven, the name implies a blessing, representing a gentle divine influence on life. I love it here. So that the name personally based on Kabbalarian philosophy, hard worker individuals named similarly, such as Tylishia is Tileshia, or Tylishia, Tylisha, none of them are spelled my name, are often exhibit a strong work ethic, meticulous attention to detail, and I'll be trying to tell y'all, we pay attention to everything around here. And we do more with less. And a focus on practical goals. Because in life, to me, I feel like as long as I'm happy with what I want and what I like, I don't have to care about what nobody else wants or nobody else likes. So I can't be influenced in the way that most people can be influenced with, the bags and the cars and this, that, or third, because I don't like y'all cars. And I don't like y'all bags. I like cars and bags, but the cars that people think is a symbol of, status and success, I ain't really too much digging it. I really like what I like. And so people would say, well, you could do this. Like, it's been so many times that I could have had so much different stuff. I don't like that. I like what I like. All right. All right. So then we have reliable and gentle. They are often seen as responsible, caring, and protective of family, period. Because guess what? We already talked about it. So my name seems to be correlating exactly to who I am as a person. Did y'all look up y'all names? Is it correlating to who you are as a person? Because if it's not, then something needs to be questioned, right? Because again, we're talking about there's power in a name. And do you want to access that power? Thank you. Let's see. Power in a name, and do you want to access that power? So you may think that this don't mean any sense. Chris, thank you. Because it says GZL, Chris, thank you. reliable and gentle. They're often seen as responsible, caring, and protective of family with a desire to serve or connect with others. So again, and then all my stuff shows up, like, you know. All right, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in the other area, right? Because we're going to use everything all together. Now, if I came into this realm 32 times, right? Because that's what I said. We're going to put this here. Give me, I need 32 names that mean the same exact, around the same exact thing. So give me 32 names that mean almost the same exact thing for every time I reincarnated here on Earth. I'm going to say here on this planet, okay? Here on this planet. Enter. All right? And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Again, because something is happening. Because, and let me tell y'all why this story exists. So, across timelines and past lives, I can remember certain different stories, or certain different connections, right? So the very first time that I came here, I may have been intermingling with a certain family, right? And because I intermingled with that certain type of family, it was a curse that got put around, okay? Because I wasn't supposed to be there, right? But we are where we're supposed to be. So it says, I get what you're kind of going for, but I'm not going to pretend there are 32 names that all mean the exact same thing, being as Tylishia. Because your name is modern and uniquely constructed, what I can do is do it right as you give me 32 names that carry the same energy, root meanings, life, divine favor, unique strength, and feminine identity. And I'm going to say 32 names over every 32 names over every century that might match. All right. So I intermingled into a family, right? And so one of the families, it was during a time where this person may have had multiple wives, right? And so, you know how that's how it was back then. And because the families would argue, you know, once the person that died, the person that was there, that was the head of the family, if they died, the people would be arguing about who is supposed to take on this and whose kids and this, that, and a third, you know, would be taking on all of these things. All right, so my name across centuries and timelines. So one name, my name might have been Shava, right? It means life. My name could have been Eve. It means living one. It could have been Zoe, means life. Aisha, Arabic. Could have been Sophia, wisdom. Helena, mind you, my grandma's name is Helen. Helena, shining light. Theodora, gift of God. Anastasia, I actually really remember, which is crazy. Isabella, which is funny because my middle name is close to Isabella. So that's funny. Amara. Amara is funny because Amara is the name that I did a Akashic records guided meditation. Amara is the name that I gave them, but Amara is not the name that they wanted. They wanted ground zero, which is crazy, right? Fatima, mind you, remember that name. Captivating, radiant. Layla, never really remember Layla, but I like Layla. Mind you, I know some Laylas in this lifetime, and I like their name. Gabrielle, which is funny. Gabrielle is the funniest. I could tell y'all why, but I just ain't. Bianca, pure bright light. Valentina, strong and healthy. Serafina, fiery divine. Charlotte, free woman, because I am free, right? Josephine, God will increase. Oh, let me see, go over here. Let me go back to this real quick because I need to make sure that this is set up. Over here. This is funny. right there. Cross that. Okay, copy that. All right, come over here. Roger that, y'all. All right, so go over here. All right. Yep. Got y'all right here. Dun, 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 dun. Who's the person right here? Arilenio, hi. Castellino, hi. Welcome. Thank y'all for being here. I love y'all for showing up. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. So I appreciate that. All right, where I'm at. Let me go back over here. All right, so Adelaide means noble. I like that. Eliza. That is crazy because that is, y'all, I didn't had that name in this lifetime. Spanish class, that's the name they chose for me because it wouldn't translate over, so they chose that name. Evelyn, Eliza means God is abundance. Evelyn, life desired. Vivian, alive. Lillian, purity, beauty. Excuse me, Gloria, glory. Imani, that's funny. Faith, Nia, purpose. Aaliyah, exalted. Keisha, period. Talia, due from God. Zaria, blooming. Amaya, night rain, divine. Tylishia, created, unique, self, divine. Okay, so that's my name this time. Anyway, so I got a couple more that it could have been too, because at first I asked it to just give me the name, and so it used my root name, my name, and it did Aisha, alive, thriving. Aisha, 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 alive and thriving. Aisha, Ayesha, living prosperous. Aisha, I think Asha, life, hope. Aya, Ayah, sign, miracle. Shava, life, Hebrew root of Eve. And mind you, these names are still crossing over, even when I change the definition of what it to look like. Zoe, life in Greek. Talia, due from God. Alicia, protected by God. Alicia, which is my cousin's name that we kept getting always mixed up. God is salvation. Amara, grace eternal. Michaelia, who is like God. Gabrielle is the funniest one that I'm hearing that is funny. Gabrielle, God is my strength. Nia, because y'all, I ain't gonna like that, never mind. Nia, purpose. Imani, faith. Again, they're still crossing over. Tyra, Tyra, strength, independence. Tiana, princess, ambition. Kiana, divine, ancient. That's funny because it's the bitch named Kiana. Every nigga I got, she keep wanting to ride they dick. Like, that's crazy. Zaria, blooming rise. Sade, honor centers, honor confers crown. Aaliyah, exalted rising. Leilani. Yeah, Leilani. Leilani, heavenly flower. I love that. Kalila, Kalila, beloved. Keisha, favored. Letitia, joy, happiness. Tanisha, ambitious, born on Monday. I have a cousin named Tanisha, mind you. Monisha, intellectual and wise. Anisha, continuous and eternal. Kanisha, beautiful, vibrant. Janisha, God is gracious, blended. And Shanice, God is gracious. Anyway, so let's talk about this. Incarnation. I'm going to give y'all the definition. So, incarnation, reincarnation. What incarnation means comes from Latin incarnare, into, caro, carnis, flesh and body. So, incarnation, to take a physical body. So every time you know, and then you come back into this realm, right? there's a thing that we talked about, because again, entertainment purposes only, but remember I said some wise souls know how to not have to be reborn. They just step into. So people will call them a walk-in or something of that nature. It's almost like they will find me, it don't have to be me, but me finding me in this time, and they know that either I'm about to, pass away on this timeline, but my body's still good, so that spirit, walks into me, right? Mind you, it was a thing, where you just was at. I seen you, Mike. Anyway, and then it's a spirit. But then there was another thing that happened when two spirits were occupying the same me, right? Take it how it resonates. Reincarnation, coming back into a new body in life. It's believed that your soul energy keeps returning, but different name, different body, different time, same core essence. Same core essence. So in the process of them saying, the great awakening, people waking up. So it was people waking up to entertainment purposes only, to who they were at another point in time. So you could have lived another, timeline or another lifetime, 1803, somewhere around there. And then you find yourself, you passed away then you wake up here at this in 2026, right? And mind you, you've been here before. There's things that seem familiar, but there's also things that are not adding up and not making sense. Okay? Entertainment purposes only. So connecting you back to you. And this is where we're at this moment in time. And I told you, book. So when you were asking for names across centuries, what you were really saying is, if my soul kept returning, what identities could I have carried? So again, my traits in this lifetime would almost be, kind of similar, or I would learn, a little bit more the more I came, or the things that were happening. So something was off to me even in this lifetime, because it wasn't adding up, because it's not what it used to be. So when one of the lifetimes that I remembered, I was helping the person that I was married to that had a whole bunch of bitches. I was helping him broker deals and stuff from this place to this place, right? And a lot of things that the other people were interested in, I wasn't interested in. So, my child had died young, you know what I'm saying? And so I hadn't remembered even making it past a certain age on any of the timelines. This particular timeline, they said I got sick, but technically I didn't get sick. One of the bitches poisoned me, right? And so, because they didn't like the fact that the husband favored me, but the husband favored me because I was helping him, build his empire, right? Or helping us build the empire, because I was being the intercessor between this kingdom and this kingdom. But mind you, when I came along, I wasn't even supposed to be there, because the thing that I remember was I was in the desert, and then I was with these people. And so when I went with these people told these people that I was a relative of theirs, but they lied, because I woke up in the desert. And so when I woke up, they treated me as their family, okay? So I remember her. I also remember a time where I ended up connected to a person that I ended up meeting in this lifetime. And during that particular lifetime, for some reason, I remember being in the woods, and it was a cabin in the woods. I met this person, but I can't remember where I met the person at. But anyway, long story short, I fell in love with this man. And the man wanted everything that I had, because what ended up happening back then is that I had been being some type of healer, or some type of I don't know what they called them back then, but because the name ain't the same as what it is now. Like the words are not the same. And so I just remember this cabin. I remember it being in the middle of the woods. I remember like my soul drifted out of my body, but this person gave me some type of what do you call it? I want to say a poison, but it wasn't that. Anyway, so you trust people, right? And so this was one of the things, being mindful of who you trust, because every time you came into this realm, this person would always intercept, right? Because this is the person's job. Remember I said when a person is a hater is a hater, right? And so even throughout timelines, these haters, these energies will still follow you. It'll be a same face, still not the same face, a same, some of them still look the same. Same energy, different body, right? So just like my name would be the same. Thank you, Cash. Hey, Cash. Just like my name would be the same, or my energy would be the same. So with these people, right? But you have to remember that different timeline, different situation, right? Anyway, so the name changes, the life changes, but the energy stays consistent because I'm a good energy. Incarnation is you right now in this body. Reincarnation, you across many timelines in different forms, right? So again, what does your name mean? What does your name mean? Also helping you, because this time I had to learn to, still love, but make sure I was going to do for myself. It didn't even matter whether it be kids, whether or not it be husband, whether or not it be relationships, whether it didn't matter. Still do for yourself. Because being, when we talk about, people will say, oh, I'm a healer, and, they are I'm into herbalism, all the same things that I'm into in this lifetime, I even did before. That's why it was so easy for me to do. That's why it was almost like I was going to fall into the same characteristics, same scenario, but this time I had to learn to bob and weave, right? Because, again, same energies chasing me from this lifetime to the next lifetime to the next lifetime. Okay, so the Garden of Eden, right? So if you can remember being in the Garden of Eden, entertainment purposes only, and I said I was going to tell y'all a story. So being in the Garden of Eden wasn't what they said it was. It was fun. It was, not even having a thought or a care in the world. You're able to just do whatever it is your heart's desires. And I mean, like, even the mountains, the way they explain it, as being in a gate and then it's like a garden, but it's actually like a whole entire world. Entertainment purposes only. And so in this world, there were actually more people, more things, more energies, right? And it wasn't like it would be like a body for existence. It would be like a light, right? And so you would have light beings that you could actually talk to, or that you could play with, or that you could, go adventure with, right? And for some reason, it is like a white plant that's there. That is like, it grows in abundance, but it grows everywhere, right? There's a cave that's there that is 1, 2, 3. It looks like maybe 3 levels high, but it's so easy to be able to go up and climb this mountain because it's something that we did all the time, right? And then there's like waterfalls and things of this nature, but it's not like what people would think, like a waterfall on the outside. It's on the inside. So it's like when you go up into the cave, but there's a system that goes along, right? And in the system, this is where all the actual gems and things of that nature are being held. But it's not like the gems that people, everything is different. Everything is like a different scenario than what people, how, like I said, it's upside down. Like this is actually upside down. Something's not right. So wherever it would be on the outside, because you will remember like the caves and things, but it's like a system, another whole system that's on the inside. So whereas a waterfall to everybody here would be on the outside, it would be on the inside. Like we would climb up to the cave, go inside, and then the waterfalls are in there. All right. And then it's like, it's kind of hard to explain because even if you look out, it is like there is no gates, there is no walls, there is no outside of the garden. The garden is the garden. Like, so when they say you get kicked out of the garden, I don't know where you get kicked out to because there is nothing but the garden, if that makes any sense. So anyway, take it how it resonates, right? So who you were in your last incarnation, creative but grounded. Why? Because we were able to do things that kind of are not like it's not like you even have to have a shelter because you could sleep outside. Like, you know, even if you climbed up these things, like if you wanted to go to sleep, you could just go to sleep anywhere. And it's not like it would be too hot, too cold. It's not like it would be like how things are here. It's weird because it's almost like I want to say invisible because it still exists. That's the thing. It's invisible, but it's not like, it's like open air. I think if you could imagine it, then it's probably that times 10. Like even the color. So even when I did the Akashic thing, right? The Akashic memory, and you go in and the colors are not the same. So whatever color this is here is dull. So like golds are not like the gold that's here. It's more like a light, like a beam. Like the emerald here are not like an emerald. It is a beam. Like everything is like light. So even if it was like blue, make it a light. Like it's not a color. It is a light, right? And again, a frequency. So going into the meditation, for one, once you enter, it was dark. Right? But you can still see the light, and you can see the people. And so for people that are ancestors and things of that nature that are not on this realm, you can see the image of them, but it's not a solid source. Meanwhile, when you walk through the door, when I walked through the door, these people all clapped for me. And I was thinking, because I was afraid to go through the door. Well, not really afraid, but it was, what's the word? Because again, you got to make sure what word you use too, because it's like you saying that you're sad and you're really not sad. You could just feel overwhelmed or something of that nature. So maybe that might be the word. Anyway, but so not afraid because these are people that are familiar to you, even your spirits. But it was almost like in my mind, in my thoughts, I could have let them down, but they were proud of me, so I didn't let them down. So when I go through the door, they're all clapping for me. And mind you, it's pitch black in here, but you can see the images of, you know, the people. So it's kind of weird, I think, the way I'm explaining it. But if you've seen it, then you've seen it. So you walk through the door, they're clapping, and it's like, remember I said the beginning, because the way it started, it's like the prayer, and the way you go into it, it's the opener of something. It's the beginning. I would like to say over the fuck simulated. Well, it's not even that. Wealthiest rising, Majestic Grace, how you doing this morning? It's not that. It's like, you know how you, like even your parents, you want to please your parents, right? And so imagine going into another realm and every ancestor that you have is there from the beginning to the end, right? And now you as the person, you're walking in and you don't know if they're pleased with you. You don't know if they're upset with you. You don't know if they're like proud of you. You don't know. So it's given that, but you're excited because you got allowed to be able to do this, right? Anyway, so the door closes, but mind you, it's like the veil goes down, I guess. And so you walk in and everybody's clapping. But mind you, I don't know what I did yet. Like, you know, the thing is, how did you get here? The fact of the matter is that you reached here. You were able to come in through the door, through the gate. Nobody's ever been able to do that. But you got here. So they're clapping, right? And so in the process to that, they bow to you. So it's still a little, like she said, it could be overstimulated, could be a little overwhelming, but now they bow to you. Mind you, you're thinking that you should be bowing to them because these are the elders, these are, you know, the older people, these are the ancestors, right? Anyway, long story short, so as you're moving through, because you still have to be moving through, right? So you're walking and you're walking and you're walking, and they're showing you the way because you have to go this way. So they're doing this, but mind you, they're clapping because you have entered and you're here. So when you go to the door, and this is just, you know, my experience, so somebody else may have had another experience, but anyway, it is the corridor. So it's like once everything opens and, you know, the people are, you know, clapping for you and everything, they're proud of you. But again, it's weird because it's, yo, I don't know how to explain it because it's silent, but it's strange. Anyway, and it's dark, but you can see them. It's light. So once you get to the other side and then that door closes, and it don't sound like a door that closes, it just shuts, right? And so once you enter, now it's a hallway, like a entry room, a grand entry room. And again, everything is gold. It's gold, it's emerald, it's beautiful, right? And it's large, bigger than you could imagine probably. And so the colors are very rich and very not what it is here. Anyway, so you're waiting. Then all of a sudden you notice, you look down and your clothes have changed. So what you were wearing and what you are wearing is not the same as what you went in there with. So now your decor, your outfit matches the decor, right? So it could be whatever it is that you want to put on. It doesn't matter, all right? But anyway, it's still like no clothes, because even though it's clothes, it's not clothes. So this thing comes and it escorts you to your room because you have a room in this place. How do you have a room in this place? Because that's what I kept remembering. That's what I kept thinking. Like, why do I have a room in this place? And it was strange because as the thing is walking me, it's not like a human. It's not like an animal. It's not like a... It's just a thing. It's like kind of shiny, but what's the word? Incandescent is what I want to say. Is this the word? Let me see. Incandescent. I-N-C-D-I-N-C. But shiny. So I know that's weird. Again, I know all this is weird, but you know, it's a story. Take it how it resonates, okay? No, I didn't say that. Incandescent. I-N-C-A-N-D-E-S-E-N-T. Yes. Okay, I think that's the word. Is that how you spell the word, y'all? Let's hope. All right. Paste this. Incandescent. I think that might be the word. Incandescent has two main meanings: giving off light because of heat. When something gets so hot that it glows, and like I said, but it's shiny. So I guess this might be the word. Mind you, like I said, example, the filament in the incandescent light bulb. I think that's the word. Anyway, it looks like that. So the thing takes you down to your door. And so once you get to your door, it's a double door. It's a big door. It has to open this way. Yeah, it don't open this way. It opens this way, like out towards you. Because I think the doors... Yeah, the doors on the house opens this way. It opens the opposite way. So towards you, so you got to make sure you stand back. But you're there anyway. So it opens this way. So when you go in, it says N2, condensant, Latin, to glow, become white hot. Anyway, so when you go in, the thing that is there, it tells you that this is your room. You have so much time. You can, you know, look into whatever. So the thing is, when I walk through the door, my dragon is there. My dragon is to the right at the door. But the other thing is there are so many more animals there, which is weird because remember I told y'all when I went through the Dark Night of the Soul, the first thing that was the fairy dust that got sprinkled, and then the white rabbit. So chase the rabbit, right? It's like a thing that they tell you, but literally I had it in a dream. It was the weirdest, strangest fucking thing. but it existed. So it was there, but a whole lot more animals are there. So then it's like a whole lot of stuff that shows you like throughout your lifetime over here. But then there's an actual book and a table. Okay. So that is a whole room full of stuff that you could potentially have, you know, or have ever had in your life. And then you go and you make a right, I guess is what it would be, or a left, depending upon which way you will be coming. But anyway, there's this huge table there. And then there's this book that's there. So looking at all the stuff, trying to see, you know, what's what, and then there's something that sits at the beginning, because then there's this huge old window that's over there, but the window looks like sky, is what you can see. That's what I saw. And then as you go to the table to come around, this is the thing. So the book is like this, like a book you would open, but mind you, it's big. So you open the book, but the book is sky. So this would look like sky, and it's moving, but it's inside of the book. And so the beginning of the book starts with you being able to see whatever, you know, whatever this is that shows up here. And then the second page, you can see whatever's here. Now, when I got to the third page, because remember, it's sky. Like, this book is actually moving on the inside. This is the book. It's moving inside of here. All right. And then there's words and things. So it's like the alphabet, or all of these, like, you know, hieroglyphics or sigils or whatever it is, whatever you have been doing in your whole entire life. Okay. Or the writing. So it could be cursive. It could be, you know, anything. The thing is all of this stuff is moving, because it says this book belongs to. You have to tell the book a name. This is the fail-safe mechanism that got put on the book. So as the book is, you get to the third page, and then there's a picture on this book. And so on this page, it looks like I'm a child and I'm sitting here on the ground. There's this lady that's talking to me, an older lady. And so I'm sitting and she's trying to give me something. Could have been an apple, could have been anything, right? She's trying to give me something. But something was off, because the child that was sitting on the ground had on a black dress, a pretty black dress, right? And this was one of the things, because again, trickster energies, trickster spirit, something happening, yada, yada, yada. Somebody was trying to get me to open up the book, give them the actual names and things of, you know, stuff that was actually happening. But the thing was, once I saw the little girl that was sitting on the ground in a black dress, I instantly knew something wasn't right. It was something being put in there, because somebody wanted me to open up the book and the code. And so the name that I gave to the book and to the code was actually the book that I thought, because I didn't see, you know, this page, it says this book belongs to. And my name here is Tylishia. So of course I would say Tylishia. That wasn't the name. The book is still scrambling. Again, turn the page. This is the first picture. That's not right. I shouldn't have that picture, because if I'm going to put in Tylishia, and I know, you know, me, and this is why certain things, it's important when you have like certain details and this, that, and a third, because other stuff potentially happening. Anyway, it gave me something. Like, as the book started to do this thing, it told me the beginning of the beginning of the actual alphabet of what it wanted to give me for here, because the book understood that I didn't understand previous things. Like, you know how if you would have been here on the first time, like if you've been here 32 times, and depending upon who you are, because I said that's not the actual number, but that's the number that I'm gonna give y'all. If you've been here 3,000 times, or how many ever times you incarnated, there's so much stuff that you would have that would be a part of your DNA, or in your registry, or in your, you know, history book or whatever. And so some things you don't know, or you wouldn't remember until you start to remember. Oh, so it was interactive. Yes, it's like the sky. So literally it's moving around. It's literally doing things as in the process. But again, something was off because it wasn't right. One of the pictures was not right. That was the first thing to make sure that I knew, because even still, you're in this area that is your area, but you have to remember that we have actively been intercepted by whatever this is that's going on, right? And so you being in here, you're supposed to be able to see, okay, this belongs to me, this belongs to me, this belongs to me, because it's supposed to be full of stuff that belongs to you, but actively something else was happening. Because remember when I woke up that night and it was giving me Alexandria, and it said, you are the mother of many. But mind you, if that was the name in a past life, and then you are dealing with people that have been here and things being reset, because again, remember, greatest story never told. Some people don't believe in reincarnation. For the people that actually do know that your soul, the energy don't go nowhere. It just changes, goes here, goes there, does whatever it does. We can look it up. Anyway, the point of it is there's many names that come along with it, right? And that's also, like I said, energy is doing so much more than people even know. Because literally, if my energy can touch another person's energy that I've never met, then energy is doing so much more stuff than maybe not that they know, or maybe they explain to us. Because it's like what I said about how the books are only giving us a certain amount of time, or like they'll say, oh, this was written in 1802. Well, what happened in the 1800s? Because something happened that literally looks like it's throwing everything off. And again, entertainment purposes only, I sent some maps that they're not adding up. This map says this. I actually looked at a map from my area, and we were a part of the 13 colonies, right? Because I'm from Delaware. Which led me to wonder, since the 13 colonies existed, that means that must have been where they came in at. Because that's the area. But mind you, it's one of the maps, the ocean was not called that. It was called something else. And so, anyway, that's the thing that's happening here. Law of conservation of energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change forms. Example, electricity, power, and above. But this is also the thing, because this came up to me yesterday. A girl was talking about why do they put us in boxes? Mind you, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We should, if you're being buried, why are you being buried in a box? You should be able to decompose back into the earth. Meaning, everything I learned at this moment in time, if I get put back into the ground and I decompose into the ground, my energy is going to go back into the ground. You're grounding. I should be able to communicate back and forth with trees, plants, this, that, and the third. But if entertainment purposes only, if I get put into a box, how long does it take for that box and everything else to break down? Because eventually, the box will break down depending upon, but we have to also remember a lot of things that are being done, like the cursive writing. That was done over 20 years ago. They have a head start on us. Mind you, because entertainment purposes only, reset, not in our favor. But mind you, this time something happened that is now in our favor, but it's still not if nobody does anything and nobody can recall what actually took place or what's actually happening. But mind you, nobody believes it anyway, because I have to say entertainment purposes only. So nobody's going to believe me. They're just going to think that I'm crazy. And furthermore, all of a sudden, things have been pulling up to me, like when the actual mud flood existed. Remember, there's dams and things of that nature, right? So y'all know how that there's, dams all around the world that entertainment purposes only was not there before. So suppose one of the big dams get opened up, right? And it goes and it floods, certain areas. It's like, New Orleans, how they, the rain and all that stuff came. They rebuilt it, but suppose they didn't want to rebuild it. Suppose even when that flood happened, when the dam broke, the levee broke, if they, and I don't know what happened, I'm just, saying for instance, because there are so many of them that are around the world. If I wanted to reset the world, I'm going to open up all the dams. Something strange is happening, and I'm going to tell y'all why. Bison, because you have to remember this land, what it was something different. And so, entertainment purposes only. I just watched this thing and it was talking about how a certain area, middle of the U.S., became barren, right? All of a sudden. But when the people came here, it said they got documentation saying that it had lush green grass. But as they came here, the plain disappeared. So it turned into what looked like desert and rocks. But if we go back and we remember, because I told you, even in a lie, there's still some truth. If we go back to the beginning, when that man got cursed, and I've been asking where that man at the whole entire time. When that man got cursed, he got sent out. And he was told that this earth would not yield for him. Anything they touch is going to be barren. So what they did was started to create this system. They built a city and then they started that shit, right? So anywhere they go, the land will never yield for them. They have to get people who can grow to make the land grow. They can't do it. So they created a way for the monetary system to be able to get you to work it, or I don't have to create a monetary system, because right now it's modern day slavery. Because again, I told y'all yesterday I was supposed to be on the airport, right? On a flight. I also told y'all that yesterday it got canceled, but I also told y'all that there's a government shutdown apparently, which is creating havoc. But mind you, it's been over a month. People are working without pay. That's slavery. Don't nobody want to, work and not get paid. So even in this daytime, even at this moment in time, they do things to where it benefits them. Because also I watched the video the other day, alive, and this man was sitting there, the nigga that's sitting in that seat, said, y'all are the richest, whatever the panel was up there, y'all are the richest y'all have ever been, because apparently there's a hijacking or theft, big thievery going on. They don't even care. They're saying it right in your face. Because what you gonna do? Y'all are never gonna get together to do anything, because like I said, if people are now talking about, just imagine if Christians got together, a million of them, to pray at one time, we can change the narrative, we can change the vibration. Bitch, Muslim people do that all the time. Islam does that every day, 5 times a day. So what you think, that your prayer gonna be any different? It's not that. It is the thing where everybody they want to poke at who's gonna do the prayer better. Why don't we stop that? And why don't we just automatically know that this many people praying at a certain point in time throughout any point of the day is going to change the vibration? Period. Point blank. It don't matter who's doing it. Let's all do it. It don't have to be better because the Christians are doing it or better because the Muslims are doing it. Let's just do it. If your intentions are to change the vibration, let's stop pointing fingers this, that, and third, because as long as that exists, we're never going to be able to get together to look at the real problem. And the real problem is them. That's literally sitting in your face. That man that they keep talking about in them files, literally I done seen 12 videos of this nigga pop up, but mind you, he's supposed to be dead. He riding in a Corvette, having the best time of his life. He realizes somebody's filming, he does this. Why the fuck would you do this if it ain't you? Mind you, let me tell you, I have been a person that then convinced somebody that I was a twin. Mind you, the lady that was talking to me knew good and damn well that I didn't have a twin, and I'm still talking to her like, you got the wrong bitch. Right in the lady face. Cause bitch, you can't tell me that I'm me. And he doing the same shit. Y'all, it is now time, high time to stop not knowing things. Like, back to the flood, things being wiped out. So the flood existed. Whether or not God did it or whether or not they did it is, to be questionable. I don't know. All I know is there's buildings that were the example of, a flood happening, right? They were here, and now we're building on top of the buildings, and people are digging shit the fuck up that, how did they get there? Apparently got covered up in the mud, right? Okay. So the thing is, that's also being tricky. People are very arrogant in their, stature and saying history will repeat itself. And we're about to start building asylums. Go back and look at when asylums existed. Go back and look it up. And so I'm going to just start with this. When they existed, it was after a point in time where certain things happened, and then they started saying that these people were crazy. Mind you, they were old enough to remember the real story of what happened. So, were they crazy, or was this just a way to wipe out? And women, y'all, I'm telling y'all, better go start looking at some of these books. Because, and I don't want to say nothing against the men, because, some of y'all are good. But women, if y'all knew some of the stuff that I've been seeing, that I definitely can't say here, but go look up some of them old books, the ones that they didn't want in the Bible. Go look them up. Because the reason why I feel like a lot of them were not put there, they couldn't keep you under submission that long if they left that shit in there. Women would have already bucked this system if that shit was in there. They hate women. How do you despise the creator? Mind you, Tupac said it. What was the lyrics? What was it? Got our name, got your name from a woman, yeah. Name, while we hate our women, while we rape our women. Well, let me see. Tupac lyrics. What's that song? Let me go to Google, because y'all, it's already embedded. Like, literally the fucking I think it was fucking Peter. Listen. Why we something like these niggas got a hard on against women for real, even back then. Somebody put that shit into the system so bad. It's keep your head up. All right, lyrics to keep your head up. To keep your head up. And mind you, I done seen something where one of the guys talks about who Tupac was incarnated from before. Y'all. And mind you, he still did the same exact thing. I should have actually shared it. But this guy is, he loved him some Tupac. And so he did this thing where, he did Tupac being incarnated from then till now. And he used the examples of Tupac, what he was doing here, and traced Tupac back to, I forgot which one of the kings was, y'all. And I believe him. So, you know what I'm saying? Because I definitely believe in reincarnation. So, son, and leave a young mother to be a pappy. Oh yeah, and since we all came from a woman, got our name from a woman, and our game from a woman, I wonder why we take from our women, why we rape our women. Do we hate our women? I think it's time to kill for our women. These niggas ain't gonna do it. All these niggas out here talking about they are protective of women and children, fucking liars. Liars. Because literally ain't nobody got the, and even if it's not something that is outright, oh, we're gonna show this, but we gonna do, they ain't done nothing. They not doing nothing. They ain't gathering nothing. They ain't doing nothing. Okay? So just know, catch that Machiavelli. It's a whatever he did now, I forgot which king that he labeled him as, but literally, yo, that shit, even when they went back and did the thing, the diagram, they definitely will protect their homeboys. That they definitely will do that. A nigga will ride at dawn for another nigga. But literally all this shit that's happening right now, the kids, this, that, and the third, they're not mad about that. This is embedded in them. I'm telling you. Listen, the lost books, let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Because all I gotta do is give y'all one sentence. All I gotta do is show y'all one sentence in this. And if all the women saw this shit, y'all would see. These are fucking people that wrote biblical shit. And they said the women are evil. What Bible person that was not added, because they ended up removing it, said that they got a whole list of things like as to why they have to stay away from women. Like, yo, and even like I said, even on a battery, y'all look at like with the negative and positive. Women are negative on everything. It's even designed in like the whole science system. Why we gotta be negative? Y'all, this shit ain't right. And men that condone it, like I said, I ain't trying to say nothing about all y'all, but literally this is deeper than rap, honey. It is a thing. It's almost like even from the beginning. Like, look how Lilith, even when they saying she got taken out of the Bible because she was not wanting to bend down to Adam. But meanwhile, soon as she didn't want to do what he the fuck told her, all of a sudden, they got this lady listed as a fucking demon because she had her own mind and opinion. Let me see. This is why the way of the adulterer. No, that ain't it. It's one of the. For some reason, I want to say it's Peter. It's in the lost books, the lost something. And as I was reading that shit, I said it is much deeper than rap and the cat girl. I'm trying to told you, I'm a mama's boy for a reason. Listen, y'all, this shit is so crazy. How like throughout time. Anyway, fuck it. Just know that 45 top Bible verses about evil women. Mind you, this is the shit that's in the Bible. I don't even mean, I'm talking about the shit that ain't, the shit that they didn't want to put in there. Like, yo, the lips of a forbidden woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. Proverbs 5:3. Do not desire her beauty in your heart, and do not let her capture you with her eyelashes. And then bitches is out here putting on eyelashes. Like, yo, for the wages of a prostitute is a loaf of bread, but a married woman hunts down a precious life. Meanwhile, these niggas don't want you to be a wife. Like, I'm sure all the women would want to be a wife, but at some point in time, guess what? The reason why they end up not wanting to be a wife is because of a nigga. Mind you, and I ain't saying all y'all, because I want to be a wife, okay? I just want to be a wife to a good man that knows that he deserves me to be his wife, because I'm going to do all the shit that a nigga need done. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, half these niggas don't deserve a good wife. Like, what have you done to deserve a good wife? I found that some women are worse than death and are as dangerous as traps. Their love is like a net, and in the arms hold men like chains. Y'all, this is the shit that's in the Bible. So just imagine the stuff that I'm telling you that's not in the Bible. Like, as I was listening to this shit, I said, these niggas really hate women. Mind you, you have to remember that this shit came after, you know, the, what do you call it? BC, before Christ, the shit that came after. This is the shit that they put in the system after the fact. This is how you know they ain't no good. Whatever these people did, like this shit, this Bible stuff and everything else, did a number on humanity. Because they don't care about women. The fact of the matter is they didn't care about women so much and entertainment purposes only, and I don't care what nobody say. Take it to God, bitch. If you don't like what I'm saying, go to God about it, because it's there. Go to God. Don't talk to me about it. Don't try to call me wicked. Don't try. Do what you want. Matter of fact, because at this point, I don't care. Because anything that basically is saying God is love, but meanwhile, their whole direction, everything they did seemed like it was all to be gay. Like, I don't care. All to be gay. This is what this is. Mind you, the little girl that's actually doing the book, her that I just told y'all about, it is here, talks about the book that she has, which is a Bible, talks about how the Masons, and I was not trying to do this because this shit, they get ready to cut this shit the fuck off. I was not even trying to do this. But literally, on her second one, right, the book that is called, it's one of the Bibles, but it's the Masonic, it's this shit right here. It literally talks about them adding, the Masons adding people to all the religions to corrupt them. Like, y'all, mind you, all the stuff is there. Like, they're literally saying it in the fucking books. It's this book right here. What do you call it? It says Progressive Steps in Masonry. It's a Bible, mind you, this the page right here. It's a whole book. This little girl is teaching it. The person that's teaching it, her name is and she got the book from her uncle that died. That's not her real uncle, but he is he married into their family. So it's called Haley in the House of Shadows. Go look up this girl, and literally the first page, like I said, is saying that George Washington, the founder of this country, was a Freemason. Was the first Grand Master of the Masons. Mind you, this nigga is not the founder of the country. The country was already here. And everybody keeps trying to lay ownership and claim. But mind you, these is the niggas that was putting stuff in, and it goes further back. And every book that I done seen, they don't like women. They don't like fucking women. And I don't care from the beginning to the end when the first bitch got kicked out, because literally it said something about Lilith being there. She got kicked out. They called her ass a demon. Because she didn't want to bend down and, you know, kiss the throne or something. I don't know. Whatever the hell this nigga did, the bitch said, I'll choose being a demon before I fuck with your ass. So then, all of a sudden, Eve came up, and guess what? As soon as they did to her, all of a sudden, Eve now is an evil ass bitch, because guess what? You got this nigga doing something against God. He's supposed to be the head. Well, why the fuck? Because apparently women don't listen. That's their whole premise on everything. Women don't listen. Fuck it. Because, bitch, if we ain't been listening to the beginning of time, from the beginning of time, then stop trying to make us listen and take your bitch ass on and stop trying to fuck with us. Because literally, why did it have to be a control thing? That's what this was. Period, point blank. But why you trying to control your mama? Your mom had you. Without us, you would not fucking exist. And guess what? The fact of the matter is entertainment purposes only, but guess what? It ain't entertaining. Look up how many women are having fucking babies now, because they finally realized that, guess what? We can stop having y'all bitches. And guess what they doing? While we rape our women, while we take from our women, because now they doing breeding, because they already know that if we all linked up and decided to say fuck them niggas would not exist. I found that some women are worse than death and are dangerous as traps. Their love is like a net, and their arms hold men like chains. A man who pleases God will be saved from them. What? But a sinner will be caught by them. Her is Haley. Her name is Haley in the house. Let me tell you. Like, she has a book, and literally the book says that they got inserted, like they put them in there to make sure that, I think it's on her second one, is what she was saying, but literally that they put them in the religions to make sure that they were corrupted. So listen, and mind you, they not going to be able to see it because they keep wanting the power. They're so power hungry that basically they're always going to not think about nothing. They're just going to keep, oh, my nuts and my balls. Bitch, fuck that. It's Haley, HAYLEEINTHE, House of Shadows. And mind you, like I said, these ain't the books. Anyway, let's go back to the names, because again, we're dealing with the names, the blessings, and whatever is there. Let's go back. But anyway, yeah, they don't like women. They despise us. Okay, so do with that information what you will. And the ones that actually know that will go back before that time, before BC, before this shit started to be whatever it is, before the argument started, before they started to insert their bullshit into the system, this is what I'm telling y'all. Whatever came after that is foolishness, because of the fact it created tension. God is love. Why are you creating tension between masculine and feminine? You have to have everything. Why are you trying to put one against the other? Because that's what that is. Like, why would you create something that put man against woman? Why would you create something that created negative, but yet you trying to tell me that it's love? That's not love. That's literally hate. You want me to hate them and them to hate us. Divide and conquer. Yes. So literally, if anybody can actually see the truth, and I mean, you gotta go, like, you can't just use this one that, oh, they gave us this. No, you got to look at all the documents. Everything that was there. But mind you, even in here, I just read y'all passage. That passage came from fucking Ecclesiastes 7:26. Let's see what the hell this shit say. Like, you not going to keep making me just fucking believe everything that y'all got going on. It is true. But mind you, you trying to tell me God is love, but meanwhile, you hate my guts. That's crazy. You hate my gender. You hate the fact that, women can see. That's crazy. It is better to have respect than good perfume. The day of death is better than the day of birth. It is better to go to a funeral than to a party. We all must die, and everyone living should think about this. Sorrow is better than laughter, and sadness has a good influence on you. A wise person thinks about death, but a fool thinks only about having a good time. It is better to be criticized by a wise person than to be praised by a fool. The laughter of fools is like the cackling of thorns in a cooking fire. Both are useless. Even wise people are fools if they let money change their thinking. It is better to finish something than to start it. It is better to be patient than to be proud. Don't become angry quickly, because getting angry is foolish. Don't ask why was life better in the good old days. It is not wise to ask such questions. Y'all, this ain't nothing but y'all, they literally are playing in y'all face. They literally playing in our fucking face. This ain't nothing but to benefit them. That's all this ever was. Why was life better in the good old days? Because your bitch ass wasn't here. Easy explanation. This bullshit. Do not ask why was life better in the good old days. It is not wise to ask such questions. But meanwhile, if you really went back there and one of the things says seek and ye shall find. Like this shit. This is like this was the greatest mistake to mankind. Letting these bitches get a foot in anything. And this is your handbook. This is your book to life. Bitch, God get them. Do not ask why was life better in the good old days. It is not wise to ask such questions. But meanwhile, y'all damage the earth, basically. God get them. Wisdom is better when it comes with money. Wisdom is better when it comes with money. They both help those who are alive. Y'all, I can't even believe I'm reading this shit right now. Wisdom is better when it comes with money. Both help those who are alive. Wisdom is like money. They both help. But wisdom is better because it can save whoever has it. Look at what God has done. No one can straighten what he has bent. When life is good, enjoy it. Do y'all not hear the hypocrisy in this sentence? Like, literally, this shit is crazy. When life is good, enjoy it. But when life is hard, remember, God gives good times and hard times, and no one knows what tomorrow will bring. Is it impossible to be truly good? In my useless life, I have seen both of these. I have seen good people die in spirit in spite of their goodness, and evil people live a long time in spite of their evil. Don't be too right, and don't be too wise. Why destroy yourself? Don't be too wicked. Don't be too foolish. Why die before your time? It is good to grab the one and not let go of the other. Those who honor God will hold them both. Wisdom makes a person stronger than 10 leaders in a city. Surely there is not a good person on earth who always does good and never sins. Don't listen to everything people say, or you might hear your servant insulting you. You know what many times you have insulted others. I use wisdom to test all these things. I wanted to be wise, but it was too hard for me. I cannot understand why things are as they are. It is too hard for anyone to understand. I studied and I tried very hard to find wisdom, to find some meaning for everything. I learned that it is foolish to be evil, and it is crazy to act like a fool. I found that some women are worse than death and are dangerous as traps. Their love is like a net, and their arms hold men like chains. A man who pleases God will be saved from them, but a sinner will be caught by them. The teacher says, this is what I learned. I added all these things together to find some meaning for everything. While I was searching, I did not find one man among the thousands I did not find one man among the thousands I found, nor did I find a woman among all of these. One thing I have learned, God made people good, but they have found all kinds of ways to be bad. What the hell is this? Some benefits, it says some benefits of serious thinking. Ecclesiastes 7. It is better to have respect than good perfume. The day of death is better than the day of birth. It is better. Why is the day of death better than the day of birth? It is better to go to a funeral than to a party. We all must die, and everyone living should think about this. Sorrow is better than laughter. What? And sadness has a good influence on you. That's telling you to be low level, low energy. A wise person thinks about death. Why? A wise person don't care about death, because at the end of the day, if you're going to meet your maker, that's a better place to be than over here. But I mean, I don't know. But a fool thinks about only having a good time. It is better to be criticized by a wise person than to be praised by a fool. The laughter of fools is like a cackling of thorns in a cooking fire. Both are useless. Even wise people are fools if they let money change their thinking. It is better to finish something than to start it. I agree. It is better to be patient than to be proud. Okay. Don't become angry quickly, because getting angry is foolish. Right. We ask for the thing, then don't ask why was like that. I just can't get with at all, period, because literally that right there seems like one of the traps. Like, I'm gonna say it, so then that way, because I'm gonna fuck up something, I don't want you looking back. That like right there is definitely a trap to me, is what that says. Don't ask why is life better in the good old days, and it is not wise to ask those questions. Don't know why, but technically, again, seems like a trap to me. Wisdom is better when it comes with money. Everything is better when it comes with money, I would think. But they both help those who are alive, because it does here on this earth. But there was a system that didn't have money before. Again, this is another trap. Wisdom is like money. They both help, but wisdom is better. Facts. Because it can save whoever has it. Look at what God has done. No one can straighten what he has bent. When life is good, enjoy it. Yeah, but why did it tell you that sorrow was better? Like, this is the hypocrisy of some of the things that I see and hear in here. God gives good times and hard times. Yeah. And no one knows what tomorrow will bring. Facts. It is impossible to be truly good. This is the part that sends me, because it says, it's basically saying that God made people good, but mind you, they just choose to be bad. Anyway, this sounds like a letter of a man that is basically trying to just tell y'all his occurrence. That's what that seems like to me. And mind you, it happens to be in here. Like, nobody, this is weird that y'all would take, they would take a collection of certain people's, you know, word or something, but meanwhile I just sound like if I was to write my journey and I say we don't trust nobody around here, but meanwhile there are good people, and it didn't come from a woman, period. And that's a lot of things that I keep saying, like, literally it don't come from a woman. But mind you, they didn't want to take nothing from a woman, because Mary has her own books. They didn't want to take nothing from her. Everything in here is basically some shit. They got Ruth and they got, you know, them, but it's still, I don't know. This shit is weird. I have seen something else wrong here on earth that causes serious problems for people. God gives great wealth, riches, and honor to some people. They have everything they want, but God does not let them enjoy such things. A stranger enjoys them instead. This is useless and very wrong. A man might have 100 children and live a long time, but what good is it if he can't enjoy the good God gives him or have a proper burial? I say a baby born dead is better off than he is. A baby born dead is useless. It returns to darkness without even a name. The baby never saw the sun and never knew anything, but it finds more rest than that man. Even if he lives 2,000 years, he doesn't enjoy the good God gives him. Everyone is going to the same place. People work just to feed themselves, but they never seem to get enough to eat. In this way, a wise person is no better off than a fool. Then, too, it does a poor person little good to know how to get along in life. It is better to see what you have than to want more. Wanting more is useless, like chasing the wind. Who can understand God's plan? Whatever happens was planned long ago. Everyone knows what people are like. No one can argue with God, who is stronger than anyone. The more you say, the more useless it is. What good does it do? People have only a few useless days of life on earth. Their sort of life Their short life passes like a shadow. Who knows what is best for them while they live? Who will tell them? Who can tell them what the future will bring? Why does person sound like they mad? Like, is that not what that sounds like? Sounds like whoever wrote this will never care, who never carried a baby. Yeah, but this person also sound angry. Like, they sound mad. Like the rest of these niggas. Like, I wonder, this is, you know what the sad part about this to me? Yesterday I was sitting there thinking, we probably never gonna know the full truth of nothing. Like, because one, they destroy records. It almost seems like, how could we ever really get the full understanding or understanding of anything that is here? Because they don't really want you to know the truth. They done so many things that the only way we would ever really know the truth is if God come down here and really sit everybody down like this is school or projector, and stands in front of the school and tells us this is what these niggas did. And that's sad. Be careful about making promises. Be careful when you go to worship at the temple. It is better to listen than to offer foolish sacrifices without even knowing you are doing wrong. Who the hell wrote this part? I need to know, because this nigga sound like he telling all the tea and he mad. So, who wrote Ecclesiastics? That's what I need to know. I'm going to read it back to y'all, but hold on, because this nigga said, he sounds mad. Like, bruh, man, from the 5th floor. 5th floor. Like, what the fuck is happening? Who wrote I hope I spelled that right. I don't think I did, but who wrote this part of the Bible? Because the book of Ecclesiastics in the Bible is traditionally attributed to King Solomon. Yo, this nigga. Why is it always him? Like, I think King Solomon himself is a motherfucking trickster energy. I kid you not. Because this nigga stay doing something. Traditionally attributed to King Solomon, Ecclesiastes is a part of the Ketuvim writings in the Hebrew Bible and one of the wisdom books. The author calls himself a teacher. While the text doesn't explicitly name Solomon in every verse, Jewish and Christian traditions credit him because of the phrases about wisdom, wealth, and experiences, which align with Solomon's life. King Solomon's, that's why, because he had too many women around. And that also started to create the issue. Didn't I just say that? We was talking about the names and things of this nature. But why this nigga keep coming up? Scholars sometimes debate whether King Solomon wrote it personally or if it was written later in his name or inspired by his wisdom, but the traditional attribution remains Solomon. All right, now let's go back and see what this nigga said. Now I need to look up what his name means, because this nigga, what does his name mean? First of all, what does Solomon mean? Sad man. I bet you. What does Solomon mean? It sounds like sad man. And this is why we can't trust these mother suckers. So we supposed to forget Solomon and his game from sheep. I'm trying to tell you, he sound mad. Like, even reading that, how do they not read that in the Bible? And why would y'all put that in there? This nigga sound like he's upset. Like, I can hear it. The name Solomon has deep and clear meaning in Hebrew. Solomon, peaceful or peace. They don't sound peaceful, it sound mad. Derived from Hebrew, which comes from shalom, meaning peace, complete wholeness. King Solomon, son of David, was known for his wisdom, wealth, and building the Temple of Jerusalem. His name reflects the ideal peaceful, wise, and harmonious rule. He was meant to embody peace plus wisdom, ruler or person whose decision brings harmony, wholeness, completeness. Let me see this. Hold on. Let's go to another app, because we always got to get a second opinion, because what the fuck? This nigga sound angry. You out here, you got 100 bitches and you still mad. Like, how you got 100? This is why we can't listen to this shit. Because literally, this nigga had 100 wives and you still wasn't, he greedy. This is a greedy nigga right here. not content with nothing. Like, ain't no way you had every fucking thing and you still mad and just discontent with the world. You greedy. And then he got time. We got time to read books by a greedy nigga. And then on top of that, how is it that yesterday when I asked about the jinn, right? And they said that was the Quran. That the Bible didn't say that. They talked about unclean spirits and this, that, and the third. What does Solomon mean? How is he accredited with writing parts, but we know what he was messing with? He was definitely messing with magic and things of that nature. So I'm confused. Let's see. Solomon, what does Solomon mean? Where is it at? Solomon definition. What does the name mean is what I want to know. I don't want to know. The meaning of Solomon is the son. No, what does the name mean? What does the name? All right, I didn't. They said you got to ask the right questions. You can't just be around here, you know. Got to ask the right questions. So let's ask. We don't need to know about the person. We already know the person. We already know this nigga. King Solomon seemed like he was a jackass. That's what it's starting to give. Like, you is greedy and you is mad. What does the name Solomon mean? And I hope y'all looked up your own names, because we have to also remember. So then that also means I need to look up the names that would be remotely connected to his, and who holds Solomon name right now. Because this nigga is definitely alive and well, running around this bitch, okay? Entertainment purposes only. Solomon is a masculine name of Hebrew origin derived from Shlomo, meaning peace or peaceful, popularized by biblical King Solomon, known for his profound wisdom in building the first temple. The name symbolizes wisdom, tranquility, and occasionally the peaceful one, meaning peace, peaceful, whole, complete. Hebrew. The energy is for sure alive and well. Oh yeah, he definitely alive and well around this bitch. I don't give a damn what nobody say. And remember, he controlled the jinn. So the jinn being a magical entity and magical being, if King Solomon wanted to be, he's wise also, be awakened at a certain point in time. And mind you, I done already said this. So this message right here is already listed on my YouTube, because I already said it. If you fool with magical entities and magical beings, entertainment purposes only, you would tell them to be able to wake everybody up at the same exact time. This could also be the thing where the women, because if he awakes, so is all the bitches. And all them kids. Alright, so Solomon Grundy, nursery rhyme, and a character in Charles Dickens's novels. But technically, how many times would he be reincarnated? Because how many names would he have? Let's see what his 32 names would be. Because then let's see who got them names right now. Because somebody running around this bitch corrupting the peace. Come on, copy. And what's happening? Because something in a name. Copy. Alright, so same scenario. We gonna put this here and see what happens. I just got a whole feeling. Watch. This is about to be something. Let's see. Alright, come on. Paste. If he was incarnated 32 times, and I'm just using 32, y'all, don't mean nothing. Maybe 33 I should put. Maybe. If Solomon, okay, so we're going to put this here. And then I'm going to ask if all of a sudden it don't want to work right. Now. All right, I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to just ask the question, because literally now all of a sudden it don't want to act right. Jen, because mind you, I've been feeling like under attack by Jen for a long time. Been since I said it the last time. This nigga. If Solomon was incarnated, I'm going to give him 33. 33 times. What would some of his names have been to match the energy of the name? If y'all know any of these niggas, run, okay? Any name that comes up, if y'all know them, run. Period. All right? Now, God. All right, let's see. All right. So we already go over them. So, if Solomon incarnates 33 times to include modern, up-to-date names while still keeping the energy of peace, wisdom, completeness, and divine alignment, this gives a soul thread from ancient and contemporary names. All right, so it would be Shlomo, Shlomo. Original Hebrew means peaceful. Solomon, anglicized version. Suleiman, Sulayman, Arabic version. Salomo, Latin. Solomon, French. Jedediah. Jedediah means beloved of God. Yo, I am crying. Hi, Marcel. Welcome. Love you. Jedediah is on the name. Sophocles, Sophocles, wise glory. Theon, Theon, godly divine. Clemens, Clemens, a whole family last name. Gentle, merciful. Justinus, Justinus, just righteousness. Aurelius, golden light, Aurelius. Alfred, wise counselor. Conrad, brave counselor. Emund, Emund, protector of peace. Frederick, I know that nigga. He was not the protector of peace. Peaceful ruler. Herman, army of peace. Herman. Hakeem, wise. Judas, love you. Judicious, Judicious, but his name is Hakim, Hakim. Ferris. Don't forget nicknames for short too. Okay, I got y'all. Yo, I am crying. It says Ferris, Night Discipline. Rashid. I know that last name. Rightly guided. Kareem, generous and noble. Ibrahim. Y'all, I know that name on several people. Ibrahim, prophet name, spiritually continuity. That means Ibrahim. Oh, y'all. He would be a great king, though. I don't know, because depending upon. So he is doing some things that, you know. But Ibrahim. All right. Vedic is there. Wisdom, discernment. Bodhi. I don't know too many. I know somebody named Bodhi, but I might not know them personally, but I know that name. Bodhi, awakening and enlightenment. Liang, Liang, bright, virtuous. Siddhartha, one who achieves his aim, enlightened one, is Sidhartha. Soul, symbolic son. Eli, ascended, God connected. Theo, gift of God. Caleb, is it body? What body? Gabriel, God is my strength. Noah, so Noah might have been. Rest, comfort, peace. Miles, soldier of peace. Let's see. If you want, I can create. Okay, so hold on. We're gonna go up here. We got, just so y'all know, that was the ones that was modern day. So we're gonna do ancient biblical roots because it's more. Ancient biblical roots, we got Shalom, Solomon, Suleiman, Solomon, Jedediah. All right. All of them are biblical roots. Classic, we got Sophocles, Wise Glory, Theon, Greek, Clemens, Latin, Justinius, Greek. So during times, whatever they was there, Aurelius, Latin, medieval European, Alfred, Conrad, Emund, Frederick, Herman, Middle Eastern, Hakim, Faris, Rashid, Kareem, Ibrahim. We got Asian, Vivek, Eastern, Vivek, Bodhi, Liang, Siddhartha. Modern Soul, did they have the name Damien? Damien's not there. But hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna do it one more thing. I'm gonna see if it'll give me one more thing because I gotta go to the other side. So it got Soul, Eli, Theo, Caleb, Isaiah, Gabriel, David, Noah. So David and Noah were added. Let me see. Let me go over here because I gotta ask Google something. Let's see, where Google go? Let's see. If Solomon was incarnated 33 times, what would some of his names have been to match the energy of the time? All right, so y'all be mindful. This nigga is definitely running around here some damn where because this shit keeps coming up entirely too much. And I don't care what nobody say. If you don't believe it, don't. But I'm telling you, that energy, like she said, is circulating like a mother sucker. Because this nigga keep coming up from the time the glitch happened until now. He's still doing it. All right, so let's see. All right, so they got Hebrew, Semitic roots, peaceful king, Shalom, Jedediah, Kohelet, Kohelet, gatherer. He was in the ecclesiastics, focused on wisdom gathering. Agur, Agur, Shalem, Shalem, Absalom, Absolom, Shiloh, Shiloh. I know somebody named that, don't we? Salem is connected. Sulaim, Sulaima, Sulaiman, Sulaiman. Arav, Aarav. We got Solomon, Frederick, Manfred, Casimir, Wilfred, Richard, Rex, Basil, Alexandra, Constantine. We got Sage, Hakim, Erasmus, Cato, Sophia, Prudence, Zai, Kuzo. Zai is Z-H-I, Prudence. That sounds like a girl name though. But I guess it's not. It could be. Kazu, Kazuo, Kazua is there. Sol, Sol, No, Noe. Mind you, I know a nigga named No. He was the one that came worked on my house. Amari, Milo, and Pax. Let me see. Let me see what else they got. Damn. Okay. So, just so we know, we got more names. It says, and this is on Google, Axel, Barris, Clement, Frederick, Humphrey, Pax, Stellian, Akira, Cato, Hakeem, Kavi, Prudence, Raymond, Sasha, Alaric, Alaric, Aristotle, definitely, Eldrick, Justin, Melicor, Sargent, Theory, Agur, Agur, Jedediah. Jedediah keep coming up. Jedediah keep getting strays, and Jedediah is supposed to be like one of them Amish names. Kohelet, Kohelet, Suleiman, Suleiman. Let's see. Let me see. Solomon's energy. Bede, Abede, Falame, Folami, Menewai, because I asked for like African names too. Osei, Zuberi, Zuberi, Baraka, 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 Kofi, Luthando, Sambara, Taro, Taro, Amandi, Easy, Alumde, Tafari, let's see, American. What other cultures, y'all? We got American, let's see. Atticus, Ezra, Langston, Nico, Truman, Amir, Kingston, Malik, Royal. Damn, that's my grandbaby name. Zion, Justice, Pax, Salem, Serenity, Shiloh, Legend, Lincoln, Rashad. Anybody else names? I think that's it though. All right, so we can go back over here. But anyway, something in a name. So let me go back to where I was, because this nigga is definitely up to something. He definitely up to no good. And Zion is my baby name. Let me see. I'm cracking up at Frederick. First of all, nigga, I know that nigga very well. Let's see. And then we're going to go back up here. But mind you, again, because something in the name. All right, so we got a couple more. We're going, damn. What? All right, so we got Asher, Ethan, Liam, Noel, Julian, Nathan. I know a Nathan, too. Levi, Ezra, Micah, Silas, Asa, A-S-A, Malik, Zion, Jasper, Everett, Kai, K-A-I, Chaos, C-A-I-U-S. I don't know if that's how you spell it. Orion, Elor, Tobias. All of these mean like God is good. Liam, strong, courageous, wise. Rising star, guided by light. Brave, strong, essence, treasure. Asher, Ezra, Michael, Noel, Tobias, Elor, Orion, Malik, Everett, and Lander. Damn, let's see. This shit say they can keep on going. So we don't know who this nigga. They got names. They say I got 50 to 100 more. Go. Let's see. Let's see what it gives us. It said, damn. It said a master list. Like, we can keep going. Asher, Noah, Levi, Pax, Salem, Nolan, Shiloh, Eron, E-I-R-E-N, Paxton, Jonas, Ethan, Ezra, Micah, Sage, Solomon, Alden. I know Alden. Hugo, Cato, Bodie, Zakat. That is my son name. Well, it's my son name and I mixed them together. But that's weird. Bodie, Zakai, clever. Zakai means clever, smart. Malik, Everett, Leo, Alexander, William, Adrian, Cyrus, Griffin, Alaric, Rohan. Alaric is A-L-A-R-I-C. Rohan, R-O-H-A-N. Thank you. Hey, Chico. I ain't mean to put that there. Thank you. Eli, Gabriel, Tobias, Isaiah, Elor, Raphael, Malachi, Nathaniel, Hosea. There's a couple Amish names that keep catching me too, because y'all know I grew up in Delaware, so we got a whole Amish community there, and these names is Amish. Josiah, Emmanuel, Orion, Kai, Jasper, Leo, Lucian, Lucian, Cyrus, Phoenix, Soul, Lux, Arulian, Aurelian, Elias, Silas, Asaph, Asaph, Ewan, Nolan, Ewan, Adrian, Levi, Sage, Bodie, Zion, Caleb, Eli, Theo, Michael, Malachi. Malachi is a Amish name too. Ezra, I'm wondering he in the Amish community. Lucius, Ezra, Orion, Elor, Ajwine, Aaron, know that nigga. Benedict, Finn, Evander, Thaddeus, Jade. Oh, you asked was who there? Who you asked was there? Damien, right here. Damien is right there. Marcellus, yes, they're there. Mind you, I think the only, yeah, it's the same damn thing. Damien. They spell it A-N. Same damn name. Um, Adrian, Samson, Xavier, Malachi, Elias, Raphael. And that's funny that you asked that, but then when it wasn't in the smaller list, but when I asked for the longer, mind you, it's spelled just like you got it right here. It's number 93. So the one Damien, Damian, is 77, and they spelled it like you spelled it on 93. All right, so it's there. Raphael, Gabriel, Eli, Noah, Levi, another Amish name. I heard say, yeah, Michael, you on here, period. Levi, Asher, Felix, Solomon, Julian, Sylvan, Damien, spelled just like you said it, and Damien means gentle and divine. But maybe he got mad because apparently too many women around. That's why he started hating on women. But you can hear that he don't like women in as he's talking, because there's too many of them. That's probably why you got limited. You can't be out here having all the hoes, okay, man. So you got limited to just a few. We got Asher, Felix, Solomon, Julian, Sylvan, Damien, Ezra, Tobias, Lucian, Orion, Malachi, Oriel, and Everin. Okay. And it says each name carries one or more core energies of Solomon: peace, wisdom, divine favor, leadership, or light. Many are modern in use yet still spiritually aligned. You could literally pick one of each new incarnation or lifetime, or use them as spiritual soul names for yourself, or whoever, or your whatever we got going on. But yeah, it got all them names, and I'm sure there's more depending upon how many times that nigga done been here. But either way, that's just a few for y'all to know. So let's go back over here, and then we're gonna go back to the other plot. So we're gonna go to, where was we at? Ecclesiastics. What this nigga say? But something is wrong. Something ain't right. Be careful when you go to worship at the temple. It is better to listen than to offer foolish sacrifices without even knowing you are doing wrong. Think before you speak, and be careful about what you say to God, period. God is in heaven and you are on earth. So say only a few words to God. The saying is true. Bad dreams come from too much worrying, and too many words come from foolish people. I like that. If you make a promise to God, don't be slow to keep it, period. God is not happy with fools, so give God what you promise, period. It is better not to promise anything than to promise something and not to do it. Y'all, listen, the other day when I was to the hospital, when I told y'all my face swelled up, I was in there talking to God about something, and I told the lady, I said, now I got to make sure that I do exactly what I said, because I literally was in here promising God that as long as I came out of here with, flying colors on everything, and it wasn't going to be nothing, I'm going to do this. The lady was laughing, but I was dead serious. This is for real, for real. You said it as soon as I got here. Don't let your words cause you to sin, and don't say to the priest at the temple, I don't mean what I promise. If you do, God will become angry with your words and will destroy everything you have worked for. Many useless promises are like so many dreams. They mean nothing. You should respect God, period. Officers cheat each other. In some places, you will see poor people mistreated. Don't be surprised when they are not treated fairly or given their rights. One officer is cheated by a higher officer, who is in turn then cheated by even higher officers. The wealth of the country is divided up amongst them all. Even the kings make sure he gets his share of the profits. Damn. Wealth cannot buy happiness. Whoever loves money will never have enough money. Whoever loves wealth will not be satisfied with it. This is also useless. All right, so whoever loves money will never have enough money. That's why them people got trillions, 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 and trillions of dollars, and they still need more and more and more and more and more. Whoever loves wealth will not be satisfied with it. This is also useless. The more wealth people have, the more friends they will have to help spend it. Damn. So what do people really gain? They gain nothing except to look at their riches. Those who work hard sleep in peace. It is not important if they eat little or much, but rich people worry about their wealth and cannot sleep. Well, damn. I have seen real misery here on earth. Money saved is a curse to its owners. They lose it all in a bad deal and have nothing to give to their children. People come into this world with nothing, and when they die, they leave with nothing. In spite of all their hard work, they leave just as they came. This too is real misery. They leave just as they came. So what do they gain from chasing the wind? All they get are days full of sadness and sorrow, and they end up sick, defeated, and angry. Enjoy your life's work. See, why is he saying one thing on this side and then he said something else on the other side? Like, this is the beginning. Mind y'all, just so y'all know, I read it backwards. So I started on the other side, and then I just kept pushing the other button back. Don't ask me why I do shit like that. I even do it in books, so you know. Anyway, enjoy your life's work. I have seen what is best for people here on earth. They should eat and drink and enjoy their work, because the life God has given them on earth is short. God gives some people the ability to enjoy the wealth and property he gives them, as well as the ability to accept their state in life and enjoy the work. They do not worry about how short life is, because God keeps them busy with what they love to do. All right, and let me see. He says it is better to be dead. So this is 4, just so y'all know. Ecclesiastes 4. So the other one was 5, and I'm still going this way. Again, I saw all the people who were mistreated here on earth. I saw their tears, and that they had no one to comfort them. Double-minded. Then too, we don't know how bad the translators twisted this actual words. Girl, you ain't never lie, because in the thing it says Solomon's song, when he says that I'm black, I was trying to decipher if he said it or if the female said it, because it seemed like a female is talking, but again, you know, you can't put it in Google or chat because you can't trust them. Because one of the things when I was talking to the girl, the one that I was just talking about, the other girl that's over there that was had the books, I told her King Solomon was black. Everybody in there, you know, there was a whole little beef about the argument, this, that, and the third. Anyway, so I went to go look up some receipts on Solomon being black, not only just being the receipt that where the fuck he came from, they was black. So Solomon's, the Song of Songs, it says in there that he is black or she is black, somebody black, but anyway, they all was black. So it's been a thing back and forth, because y'all already told y'all I'm in several different arguments. I don't know why all of a sudden I done started to like saying shit to people. Normally I just look at what they say and then I go on and get, but for some reason I done started, you know, writing in people's comments and not giving a damn, and you know, basically caps locking on bitches and letting them know, like, stop saying that, because that ain't true. And you know, they can say what they want, but either way, I've been cussing them out. So apparently that's in my system right now too, so there's that. Yeah, so they could be lying, but the Song of Songs says that he's black. He says it, or she says it, somebody fuck says it. Again, I saw all the people who were mistreated on earth. I saw their oh, we gotta go. Why work so hard? I realized the reason people work hard and try to succeed, they are jealous of each other. This too is useless, like chasing the wind. Some say it is foolish to fold your hands and do nothing, because you will starve to death. Maybe so, but I say it is better to be content with what you have. Excuse me. Otherwise, you will always be struggling for more. And that is like chasing the wind. Again, I saw something here on earth that was useless. I saw a man who had no family, no son or brother. He always worked hard, but he was never satisfied with what he had. He never asked himself, for whom am I working so hard? Why don't I let myself enjoy life? This is also very sad and useless. Friends and family give strength. 2 people are better than one, because they get more done by working together. If one falls down, the other can help him up. But it is bad for a person who is all alone and falls because no one is there to help. If 2 lie down together, they will be warm, but a person alone will not be warm. An enemy might defeat one person, but 2 people together can defend themselves. A rope that is woven of 3 strings is hard to break. Fame and power are useless. A poor but wise boy is better than a foolish but old king who doesn't listen to advice. A boy became king. He had been born poor in a kingdom and had even gone to prison before becoming king. I watch all the people who live on earth follow him and make him their king. Many followed him at first, but later they did not like him either. So fame and power are useless. It's like chasing the wind. I mean, it's like the thing. People are, what is it, feeble or something? No, not feeble. People are, I forgot what the word is. But it's like they love you today, and then tomorrow, they don't. Like Scarface said, another Quaalude should love me again. But they won't. Because, you know, once they get mad, they get mad. All right, so let's go up here. Back to the name. So knowing your name. Knowing your name is important. Come on. Let's move it so we can get it together. All right, my page is not responding. Give me a minute. I got snot. All right. So, the message, there's power in the name. Let's put this here. No, matter of fact, we got to go back because I didn't put all this other stuff here. You're welcome, Marcel. How's your day going? Mike, how you doing today anyway? Let me copy this because we got to go back to its power in the name. Because... Alright, so there is power in a name. Name carries identity, intention, and energy. What is your name? So this is what you need to know right here. Alright, so copy that. We're going to move this on over here. Right here. And put this right back. And then, y'all, it is so cold outside. It don't make no sense. Is it cold where y'all are? Because it was freezing. It was, when I woke up, it was 72 degrees upstairs. And I do not play that. I like heat. Like, listen, one thing about me is I'm going to need to be warm. I don't know, you know, how I'm going to pay the bill. But we going to figure it out. Because I got to be warm. What the hell does this mean? I did not want that there. That's not what I wanted. Yup, it's in the 40s. That's crazy because we had a freeze warning and everything. And I was trying to figure out, like, what happened to the warmth? Like, it was so warm a couple days ago. And now all of a sudden it's freaking cold as hell. Like, what did we do? Why is God got his foot on our necks like this? Like, we must just be doing all the wrong things, y'all. Period. Because ain't no way it went from super duper warm to just hot. All right. So, yeah, right there. All right. All right, here we go. Y'all remember Nickelodeon, the slime thing? Is that still on? Because I don't know why that just is in my spirit. I'm about to make chili in March for the first time. Girl, this is crazy. All right, so... names aren't just labels. They are vibrations, intentions, and energy signatures. They shape how others perceive us, how we see ourselves, and even the path we walk in life. So identity. Your name tells the world who you are. Who are you? Does your name resonate with you? So when you put in your name and you want to go search your name, does it resonate with you? Do you see, you know, any similarities? I'm away from my phone listening. I'm getting ready to go to class. It was 22 degrees last night. Man, I'm trying to tell you, this don't make sense. Intentions. Name carries meaning or purpose, consciously or unconsciously. So y'all knowing, again, when your mom gave you life and whatever your name was at birth, whatever was given to you, started to set the tone and the foundation for who you are as a person. This is why knowing who you are is important, and anybody can't just come along and tell you that you're this or you're that, you know, because people want to project a name call. Your birthright belongs to you because it's yours, right? All right, so energy. Every name carries a vibration and a frequency. So every name vibrates at a certain frequency: calm, strong, creative, peaceful, powerful. Remember, I gave y'all the story about Jabez. His mother called him Jabez because she bore him in pain. He went to God about it. Oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, so your hand would be with me, so I may not cause pain. He didn't want to do that. So he wanted to break the curse that his mother put over him at his birth. The minute she spoke his name, the minute she gave him a name, she created an energy over him and surrounding him. This is also like the ties, breaking the ties that bind from this life, that life, and, you know, previous lifetimes. Because like I said, if I've been here 32 times, then that means that I have 32 names that are attached to my frequency that are in alignment, but also, you know, each one of them. This is me right here on this timeline. The ones that have passed over, or the ones, you know, the energy is kind of seeking me, all crashing simultaneously here right now into the now. Okay, so take it how it resonates. So the name is functional, but it also gives knowledge, clarity, and assistance to you as a person, right? So my name, Tylishia, carries life, divine alignment, uniqueness, and strength. That energy is mine to claim, to amplify, and to live through every day. That means also somebody can't come along and, you know, remember when I told you about your signature? It's like me writing my name. That's my signature, right? But my energy signature is something different. So somebody might want to come in, you know how they want a destiny swap, or, you know, things of that nature. Their energy can mimic mine, but my name carries a certain vibration. Their name carries a certain vibration. They already had that name. I already had this name. They can't now try to come along and mimic. They just don't carry that energy anyway. So they can mimic, you know, in a way, but they still can't carry the frequency or the vibration because it's mine. I already had it. Anyway, so your birthright, the literal meaning of your birthright, your energy, legacy, authority that comes from being born into a certain position, a soul, a lineage. So the definition of a birthright, literal legal meaning, a right, a privilege, or inheritance that a person is entitled to from birth. Yours, and yours only. So example, in biblical times, the firstborn son often received a double portion of inheritance and leadership rights. So spiritual or energetic meaning, your birthright is your natural energy, you, surrounding you, your gifts, and your authority your soul brings into this lifetime. You came with it. They can't mimic that. You came with that. It's like my fingerprints. I came with that. It's not something you earn. It's something you claim, recognize, and manifest. You have to step into it. You have to know it. This is why it's important to know who you are. What is your name? What is linked to you? What is tied to you? And do you resonate with it? Because again, Jabez's mother gave him something that he didn't identify. He didn't want to recognize that. He didn't want to be a part of that. So he went to God about it. Identity. So components of a birthright, your identity, who you are at your core, your soul essence that you're born with. You. So your gifts and talents. This is why he went to God about it. Because remember also, we talked about, I'm a collector, right? So energetically, you know, I'm here, I'm giving, you know, energy to people, good energy all the time. In the Bible, it says, the people that God gave gifts and talents to, the ones that used them, he multiplied them and gave them more. The person that didn't, they hid them, they buried them, he took them and gave them to somebody else. Also the reason why Jabez listed one time, because he went to God about it, and God said, apparently it was granted, so he got on up out of there, right? They ain't had nothing else to say about him. So you can look him up. I got this right here. This is one of my favorite things because, mind you, it is the Prayer of Jabez devotional, and this is the Prayer of Jabez journal, right? And mind you, if you ever use the Prayer of Jabez, it actually works. Like that, what I told y'all from the beginning, oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me, and that you would keep me from evil so I may not cause pain. Literally use it every day and watch what happens. So if you can even set that in your phone as a reminder, I promise you it works. Then I wrote in here, Romans 8:31, if God be for us, who could be against us? Romans 8:6, for To be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because spiritually minded, you can say stuff like this and know that it's going to work. The prayer of Jabez. You can also know that, that there's power, and the power of life and death is in the tongue. You speak things over yourself, but somebody may say, that's not true or it don't work. But meanwhile, it actually does really work. Let me see if there's anything in here that wants to stick out. Let's see. Never tell a young person that anything cannot be done. God may have been waiting for centuries for someone ignorant enough of the impossible to do that very thing. Wow. All right, so never tell a young person that anything cannot be done. God may have been waiting centuries for, and it's written in cursive just so y'all know, and it's dark in here. We have been waiting centuries, ignorant enough of the impossible to do that very thing. So, just because you can't do it don't mean somebody else can't do it. And this is a quote from John Andrew Holmes. Okay, so stick that in your pocket because I like it. Hopefully that helps you. Let me put this back and go with that. And then the identity, who you are, your gifts and talents, strengths, wisdom and abilities your soul carries naturally. It's like I was watching something yesterday and a person said they can do anything. It's something that I say all the time. Mind you, I like that they said that because I can. And the people said, no, you can't. Yes, you can. I can do anything that I want to do, like anything. If somebody showed me something once, I could do that. It may take me a minute to do it, but I know I could do it. But just show it to me once. I could do it. But there's a lot of things that I could do that a lot of people can't do. Like I can do it on the first try. So that's also a thing. Anyway, purpose and destiny. But I know that. And like the book said, don't tell somebody that they can't do something because God may have just been waiting centuries, waiting for somebody that's ignorant enough to try. Or, I don't know why they put the words like that, but I think that's one of the things when it's like just saying foolish, because again, foolish is like the beginning of the journey. Somebody hoping and wishing that you would just actually do something. And where's my book at? Waiting that you would want to do something, and a person saying that they can't, and their mind being restricted. Anyway, purpose, destiny, the life path, or the mission your soul was here to fulfill. Your journey is not my journey. My journey is not your journey. Our journeys may, kind of go simultaneously at the same time, closely related, but not the same. I'm me, you, and I'm going to do what I can do, and you can do what you can do. So, inheritance could be material, spiritual, cultural, or energetic. This is also like when people see you and they be like, oh, you got good energy and I want something, they instantly start to try to steal. Meanwhile, if you gave them your whole entire life, some people would die. They're not even built like that. They're not built for what you are built for, and vice versa. So, biblical historical contents, Esau and Jacob. The firstborn Esau had a natural birthright, authority, blessing, inheritance. But Jacob claimed it through intention and alignment. So the firstborn, and for some reason, I think this goes back to who? Because one is supposed to serve the latter. The first is supposed to something. But it talks about the mother giving birth to two different nations. Let me see what this is, because literally for some reason I think it keeps getting mixed up also. What's this story? Because that is a prime example of a birthright. This is, it's almost also like this, but I keep telling y'all about the wealth transfer, right? So your mother married your father being a king, right? And mind you, your mom might have been out here doing some stuff, something strange for a little piece of change. Your dad may have been doing whatever he was doing, because if we talking about King Solomon, remember King Solomon had 100 children, 100 wives, something or another, whatever his story is, right? And so whatever the wife was to him, they would be saying that the firstborn son to the wife would be the heir to the throne. But technically, it would be his firstborn son, period, right? And so, but they would call this one a bastard and this one not. Mind you, the wife could have been doing whatever she was doing, but just because this is the son, or they thought it was the son, but this is also where DNA and things of that nature is important, because technically she was off doing what she was doing. That's not his son, but they wouldn't know that because back then they didn't have, and entertainment purposes only, they didn't have DNA. So, you know, whenever that came about, that was a thing. So now you got family saying, you know, it's this laying in a tomb, this and a third, and this is the father to the son. Meanwhile, that's not the people. That's not who is heir to the throne. And only heaven knows that, because heaven has the documents and the records. So, whereas this person may have gotten put into, you know, authority because of the fact that the people only have, I said, the carnal eye, right? They only know about what's here. Meanwhile, God in heaven know that that lady was doing what she was doing, and he was over here doing what he was doing. And same time, y'all know niggas be having females pregnant at the same time. So same time, right? She pregnant. She the wife. This the concubine, the side chick, right? The wife is also doing what she doing because she like, you know, the slave niggas, they bigger and better, right, to her. But he like this girl over here. The wife's son gets crowned as the king. The concubine's son don't. But that's only in the people's eyes. Meanwhile, the king, knowing, because the kings be knowing everything, right? And they be having somebody follow. They be doing shit, right? Because I ain't want to mess with you anyway. So technically, I knew you was sneaking down there because, you know, somebody was telling them. But the king actually really likes this son. The lady that he was creeping with on the weekends. The concubine's son. That was, matter of fact, she might have told, because, you know, it'd be some sneaky freaky going on. So this may have been the, what do you call that lady that be helping the queens and stuff getting dressed? They be knowing all the stuff because she be in there with the queen, tightening her, you know, getting her dressed. But the king preferred the maid servant that the queen has. And so when the queen is sneaking off down to, you know, the servants' quarters down there in the slave rooms, then the little servant girl is free. And then the king calls the little servant girl on in there. And then the king, they come up pregnant at the same damn time. And the queen be thinking that the little servant girl, you know, is such and such. But meanwhile, it's the king baby. Anyway, lo and behold, that's the baby. All right. That's the one that's heir to the throne. But mind you, they don't get the throne because, you know, it's lies. So take it how it resonates. Don't blame me. This the shit that they was doing. Okay. Not my problem. Just telling you. And then all y'all be coming from a lineage of, because it gets passed down, and then that's your great, 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 great. And then y'all be known as the slave family. But meanwhile, y'all is the real family. It's that. And then this person is over here. They done got put in your position. Meanwhile, because, you know, this is how they wrote it out. But it's all a lie. All right. And then they start doing DNA. And then shit start, you know, shaking. And this how it be going down. Anyway, so this is found Genesis 25 and 27 in the Old Testament. And it says, who were they? Twin brothers, sons of Isaac and Rebekah. Esau, the firstborn, a strong hunter, outdoorsy. Jacob, the secondborn, quiet, strategic, stayed near home. So in those days, the firstborn son had special rights, inheritance of the family leadership, double portion of the family wealth, spiritual blessings from the father. So Esau, being impulsive, sold his birthright for a meal of lentil stew because he was hungry. Jacob later tricked Isaac, which is the father, into giving him the primary blessing, claiming the firstborn position. So he destiny swapped with him. Key lessons, energetic meaning. Your birthright is more than material. But mind you, this is also the thing. Let me see if you can tell. I'm going to get them to tell me the story. Tell me the story from the Bible. Because you'll see something else. These is two different colors of children. in one family, same mom, same dad, two different ethnicities, okay? So take it how it resonates. So, Isaac, son of Abraham, and Rebekah had two sons. Esau was born first, red and hairy and skilled hunter. Jacob was born second, quiet, stayed near home. So one born red, one born, we don't know what color. All right, so two nations are in your womb. This is what God told her. Two nations are in your womb, and two peoples from within you will be separated. One people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger. So the older, which is Esau, he was red. Jacob, the youngest, take it how it resonates, because I'm sure y'all know what color he was. But anyway, you know how I said the first will be last and the last will be first? It seemed like it would be talking about this, but we don't know, so take it how it resonates. But either way, Esau and Jacob might have been a little trickster. I don't know, because Jacob became the holder of the birthright, showing the short-term impulses can cause long-term blessings. So don't ever give up nothing. This is the reason why also I kept telling y'all in the process, they talking about who belongs here. Don't leave the house. Meaning, is what God was saying, don't leave the house. If you leave the land, you forfeit. So if these people out here talking about, you know, who has rights and ownership, this, that, and the third, they already did a little trickster thing where they swapped documents and paperwork, entertainment purposes only, but it's not entertainment because they really did it. When they said, I got talking papers, that was the first mistake. Because technically, y'all, and this is another thing, and y'all take it how it resonates, but something is about to happen. And so when and if it does, just know this. If in fact you are the person that gets left here, and you have to repopulate in any form or fashion, when the button gets pushed and you have to be the person that repopulates, just know that don't take the talking papers. Shoot first, ask questions later. Do not, I repeat, do not let them get their foothold in nothing else. Up out of here. Take a page out of Sentinelese people's documentation in their book. Don't come here. Okay? Period, point blank. So know that, write it down. Because in case the button gets pushed and the reset happens and all of a sudden you forget, write it the fuck down. Like, literally go write it down right now. Like, and I kid you not. Write it down. This is how I had to remember not to fuck with certain people, because we forget. Because again, it's, you know, our mindset. Oh, this person changed. Yeah, well, guess what? Change my ass. Good for them. They change for themselves, not for you. Write it down. Don't fuck with such and such. If we not talking and this happened, don't fuck with this person or these people. Write it down. And then that way, because you're going to forget it. It's going to get put to the side. It's going to get lost. But when the shit happens, the book that you wrote it in, you're going to find it. I promise you right now. You're going to find it. And you're going to remember the atrocities that they have performed already. So if you ain't started writing, write it down. Because you're going to need to remember this shit. Okay? Trust me. That's important. So, back up here. And y'all cannot write it down if you want to. Otherwise, you're going to be right back into the same situation. They got talking papers. You looking at each other like we don't know what that is. Meanwhile, they rounding y'all up, handcuffs. Shoot first, ask questions later. Mind you, let me tell you something else that I just saw that just pissed me the fuck off. Do y'all see on old things, and I don't know what it's on right now. It could be on anything that's happening right now, but I seen it. It's that eagle, right? That eagle that they have, eagle standing on arrows, and something else. So the eagle that they have is standing on some arrows and something else. Looks like some, like the thing that Caesar used to have around his head. The national bird and symbol of the U.S. always usually 13 arrows on the talon. Olive branch, usually 13 leaves, 13 olives in the other talon. Get that shit going. Because that is the most ignorant shit I ever seen in my life. Them 13 arrows, what does that symbolize? It's the first 13 colonies, and like I said, I'm from Delaware, so I was a part of the first 13 colonies. That's the first 13 places that they started creating laws, bringing their talking papers and things of that nature. So you standing on what we used to use as, you know, hunting, this, that, and third. It's showing conquering. The minute I seen that shit, and mind you, the olive branch. The olive branch was what? Us saying that, okay, we'll live with y'all, but meanwhile, y'all came over here and fucking stole everything. And mind you, the symbol, that's their, what you call it? Their logo is standing on the olive branch, the eagle, they soaring over top of and standing on your shit. Bitch, get that shit going. Like, I don't know why, like, when I see certain things, that's all that made me think. As soon as I seen that, I said, so they showing you that they conquered your ass. It says, the bald eagle, the national bird, and I, you know, we love the eagle, this, that, and third, but guess what? That was around before they got here, too. And then something about a fucking dodo bird, is also a thing. Girl, okay, so holding arrow, usually 13 arrows in one talon. Holding the olive branch, usually 13 leaves and 13 olives in the other talon. The ethnicity of the people that was here. The bow and arrow is what you use to hunt. The eagle is strength, courage, freedom, vision, spiritual insight. Yeah, spiritual insight to take cursive writing away from y'all 20 years before you figure out that your census is written in cursive. Y'all kids is never going to understand it. These niggas is fucking ignorant. And like they really, really is playing in people's fucking face. Arrows, readiness, or war, defense, and protecting principles. Mind you, is standing on top of it. Peace, diplomacy, willingness to resolve conflict, standing on top of it. Number 13, the original 13 colonies represents unity through diversity. No, it represents you stole, and then you lied, and now you're still stealing and lying. Write it the fuck down, I promise y'all. The eagle faces the olive branch, meaning peace is preferred, but the arrows show strength and preparedness to defend freedom if necessary. Y'all, fuck this shit. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, y'all, it's been a whole lot of playing right in our fucking faces. That's what it's been. And if y'all don't see it, I don't know what to tell y'all. But at the end of the day, we can keep letting them do it if you want, or, you know, we can figure out some shit, because it's real weird to me. Defend your birthright at all costs. Don't leave the house. Don't leave the land. Don't allow them to make you, trick you out your spot, because guess what? They done already did it. So who you are at your core, your soul's essence, you were born with, your strength, your wisdom, your ability, your soul carries naturally. The life path or your mission, your soul is here to fulfill. Get this shit back. Get it back and get it back now. So knowing yourself, we have to know who we are. You have to know where you came from in order to know where you're going. And they try to erase where we came from. What is your name? What does your name signify? How long have you been here? How many times did you come here? How many times have you incarnated here? Why is it that they remember and you don't? Acting intentionally, or you just don't believe it. So that's the other thing, because I can't get y'all to believe nothing, because guess what? That's not true. And now AI exists, so it's not true. Entertainment purposes only. Everything is designed to throw your intuition off. You're not going to trust it because you can't believe it. Your brain can't fathom. Your brain can't fathom that y'all owned a whole slew of land and property and everything else before they got here. Your brain can't fathom that those temples and all those things y'all put together, y'all built. Because, you know, why would you think you did that? It take how would you do that with a horse and carriage and a buggy? Meanwhile, now they got all this equipment to move this, that, and the third. But why would you think that you could have done that? So, limitless. You are limitless. Mind you, as I said before, this is the upside down, the in and out. They destroyed every fucking thing that was natural here. The goodness in people. They keep trying to destroy everything. I'm arguing with you. You arguing with me about what? What are we arguing for? When these niggas is over here collecting trillions and trillions of dollars, mind you, mining and taking the minerals, the natural minerals and everything else from the earth. They're purging, scourging, whatever the words are, the system. Meanwhile, now we got a mass energy of, you know, you already able to use it. You're waking up, or people woke supposedly. But meanwhile, we ain't woke enough to figure out how to get this shit back. Anyway, knowing yourself is important, acting intentionally, aligning choices with your soul, manifesting your gifts, using your talents, your wisdoms, your influence. We did it before. How do we tap into it? So anyway, your birthright is already yours. It's about recognizing it, stepping into it, and using it fully. What is your name? From then till now and after that. So this is the message. Hopefully it helped. Don't forget, this message has been brought to you by I Don't Teach Tarot. This is me. Then, this is actually me. Anyway, click the link down below. AI. Click the link in the bio. I love y'all and see y'all later. And I don't know. Listen, yesterday I wanted to come and, you know, be here in the afternoon. I keep thinking the same exact thing, but then it keeps making me think like, for the next couple of days to kind of, I don't know. So I just got to figure out what is actually happening, because y'all, something is happening. And yesterday, apparently there was a lot of meteorites and things of that nature that was, you know, I love you more. Thank you. So we're going to have to figure this thing out, y'all, because it's a lot that's happening. It's some stuff that's not right. So in the process of that, if you know that, you feel that, you know, make sure y'all don't forget to give me a like, share, and a follow. If you wish to help my channel, the link is in the bio, and I'm gonna say thank you in advance for everybody and anybody that does. And also a like, a share, and a follow actually will help, because, you know, I'm trying to get these channels up so I can be able to, you know, support myself. So don't forget, I Don't Teach Tarot. If you haven't got your copy yet, please get yours today. Amen, and go with God. From then till now and after that, y'all, know your name. Search it, research it, know it.